guys are adventuring the lands of Toivoa. You like that transition? Yes.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, thank you. As you guys are adventuring the lands of Toivoa, you are currently on the Endless Pinnacle, where you're not exactly sure where on the map that is. But
Could probably ask Nahaliel.
yeah, you could ask Nahaliel, but you haven't.
It changes too, I think. It's not the same all the time.
Well, it can move. Yeah, because we can move it if we want to. There's that crystal in the pond that would move it.
Yes.
So if we wanted to, we could park this thing right over Nausha.
Oh,
It might take a while to get there,
yeah,
but
let's not do that.
that would be great.
Amarazi might not like that. I don't know. So
I can see a contingency of the blue cloaks trying to make their way up to the island. Unworthy.
Yeah.
All right, so as we ended last session, you guys had managed to reforge Duldrin Shadowscar's staff and redeemed it and infused it with the power of Emery Erosi, capturing Duldrin's soul inside of a soul cage. Thanks to the ingenious work of the party, thanks to Magic Circle and the correct way of handling things, you have succeeded in your goals, and for the next 8 hours have his soul encased in a small little box. The question becomes, what would you like to do?
Well,
I don't.
we can't do
8 hours. So we can't wait till tomorrow, right?
Yeah, we can't wait till tomorrow. We can't do the normal thing that we're going to do, which is that we would normally do, which is or ask questions of it, because I think this was a special soul cage.
It's soul cage allows you one question of the soul.
Yes. Otherwise, if we ask it a question, it'll go free, and we definitely don't want to let this guy out. So, I believe our plan was to try to dispose of it by giving it to some clerics as a gift. But can we even leave the island? Do you guys have any more teleports left?
No. Yeah, we can. I can leave the island. Let's see.
Well, all we have to do is get there, so we just need one teleport, because I still have Word of Recall.
Here's the thing, too, though. We have a giant angel in the front door. We go, hey, buddy, we got the soul of the guy who's causing all the problems. Can you dispose of this for us?
Well, I think we did talk about we tested it today, coming up with a plan for that. I mean, have you thought about it? Do you have any idea?
I mean,
what you want to do?
Well, Amer, since you have grown closer to your deity in these recent days, and your deity is very keen on ensuring that those who would cause harm to this world don't get to keep coming back. Perhaps
not exactly. He's more about making sure souls go to rest. I haven't really found him to be very good versus evil prone or things of that nature. Now, I haven't really talked to him about it per se, but he seems pretty indifferent to a lot of things going on from what I've gathered. So it's possible, but I'm not sure if he would do anything besides go, here, soul, go to rest. Or, I mean, you can send it to hell, but that necessarily won't stop it from being resurrected. Now, he might be able to do that. I'm sure he could, actually. He's a god. But I don't know. Cecilia might be able to answer if she were here.
Okay. Another option to put on the table is that there are entities who deal in souls as a currency who would have the ability to turn this into that currency. However, such an act is deeply blasphemous. I'm not advocating for it, I'm just nudging it onto the table. Another option is that there were a whole pantheon of gods that came to our aid when it came to destroying that altar that was connected to Vagradan. Offering this soul up to them, a dark one who stands against their interests, would be an appropriate tithe.
That, I mean,
how do you contact that council? I mean, because you're gonna. I imagine you're the one that's gonna have to.
Well, I could just pop a pop a divination and ask, where should we go to offer this up as proper tribute? I'm sure then whatever god would like it will weigh in.
Oh, does it work that way? I thought you had to like specify
Let me double check.
who.
Well, I ask a question of an action we're about to take, and usually get some cryptic or a general nudge of direction advice. And so I could say that we seek I ask what path should we take to offer up this soul in a way that it does not return to the mortal realm.
It's not Lucas and he's messing with.
Say again?
So, do you know who's answering you, or otherwise, how do you know it's not Orcus messing with you? I mean, they have to give you a truthful answer.
Yes.
Yeah, it is a truthful answer. Generally, it's someone from Anwa's retainers, but the last one I did within the castle was less than how to put this. Normally, it's addressed to someone, but that was a to whom it may concern type of divination.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's... Rose, what do you think? I hadn't heard you or Brennan or...
I mean, our newly enlightened member. Please, Rose, with your infinite wisdom, tell us.
I leave souls to the matters of the gods. It's not my business. I don't particularly care which god disposes of that soul.
I mean, I kind of do a little bit, per se. I don't want, like, Mosaba to quote-unquote dispose of it.
Well,
all
yes.
they have to do is hold it for 200 years, and then they can let it go. It'll be beyond the kin of magics to restore.
Honestly, if I could destroy it, I would.
Yeah, Brendan's totally neutral. Whatever. God.
I suppose as a monk, the only souls Rose cares about are the one on her feet.
Yes and no. I'm just not above annihilating a soul if I have to, but like I said, I can't do that. That actually Cervantes might be able to do that. We have to figure out how he's doing that. That reminds me. Regardless, Imkale, I don't know. Imkale seems the appropriate choice. Are there any other death gods that you'd want to give it to? I don't know. I just feel like we suck up to Imkale a lot. It might be nice to...
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I don't know if I really trust Imkale completely, right?
How about I'll do the divination then?
Yeah, I think that's a good start.
I'll leave the cleric matters to the cleric.
Yeah, don't trust any gods. No.
So Testadinidae sits down. When Testadinidae sits down on the ground, it's more like his legs are tracked into his shell than he actually sits his butt down on the ground.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
As he pulls out a few sticks of incense and draws a quick circle on the ground, casting divination, asking, as we seek to imprison this soul for 200 years, past when it could restore to the realm of the living, what entities should we seek out to ensure such a plan, to ensure the success of such a plan?
Ooh. Interesting. Okay.
Very well thought out.
That's very well thought out. Good job.
Divination is one of those things where the more specific you try to get, the less information you're going to get out of it.
Right. Interesting. Okay, well, let's go ahead and do this. I am going to find out who responds. Because we did not specify who.
Mm-hmm.
And so... has to be a god or a servant of God, right?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. Can I get you to roll 1d100?
Oh, I tend to be really good at these, so let's see how it goes.
We'll see where we end up here. 89. Awesome. Okay, so 89.
I still love the meme of that 2 on Divine Intervention and just your face next to it.
Oh yeah, it's great. Let me go ahead and get this individual. Here we go.
We got like a buzzing, and then hey, new pantheon. Who this?
As you reach out and seek knowledge from either a god or a servant of a god, I went down my list, and number 89 is someone I actually have art for.
Oh.
And so this is the individual who will appear as a specter before you. Oh, that is.
That guy.
Yeah, we're going to zoom out a little bit here.
Yeah, I'm like either they're really close to the camera or we just summoned a giant.
Yeah.
No, we've seen him walking around Nausha a couple times. Is this specter appearing to only Tetsu, or is it?
Yes, just
Okay.
for Tetsu today.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
So he looks at you and is curious as he listens to your question. To imprison the soul for all times, for never to be redeemed.
Well, no, I said 200 years.
200 years.
That's the limit on true resurrection. So, yeah.
For 200 years you wish to imprison it. MKL may, the hags for sure, and the ruler of Bourbon can prevent it for eternity. And with that, he will fade.
Tissanende rises up from his seated stance using a mage hand to pull the ritual instruments up into his pack and says, so I have 3 options. Who is the ruler of Bourbon? I tend not to be involved in... Okay, that's a strong reaction.
He makes me look like a saint.
No, So Tetsu, you haven't been with us for a long time. Suffice it to say, he's next on the list, so he's not an option. Not only would he probably free Doldrin, he probably could. Yeah, he could destroy that soul, but they were allies, so no, it's not an option.
Good to know. Okay, the second option that was mentioned was the hags. After all, one can interact transactionally with them. They aren't pleasant to interact with, but if anyone's got a druidic ally or 2 or 20, we might be able to work something out. And the final was that MKL could possibly do it, but it's only a possibly, whereas the hags are for sure.
Yeah, MKL, from my understanding, MKL would have to be fair.
I just don't know what he would do.
Are hags
we
fairies?
know what the hags are going to do?
They're not fairies, but they are fae.
So if they give their word, they're bound to it.
Correct.
Yes, but they'd also very likely use this for power of their own.
Well, I didn't say that we would give it to them. Our core is to make... We just need to make a cage that will last 200 years. Past that, it's beyond mortal magics to return him.
I mean, out of those options, I believe MKL is the safest. The only hags we've met we've either killed or allowed to run away.
Yeah.
I really wanted to kill her, though.
You could try MKL. If he doesn't do it, go to a hag. I mean, hags are transactional, is what we're saying, right? So we could work out some type of deal. Yeah.
They smell bad, though.
I'm not sure the best way to get in touch with MKL, though.
And we know where the temple is. We can just go there.
Yeah, we could just go to one of his temples, I suppose.
To be fair, I mean, we are on pretty good terms with them. We did give him Orcus's wand.
And it's not like we're seeking us to have a soul destroyed or imprisoned for all eternity. It simply needs a timeout. That was why I was originally thinking the Elven Pantheon, because to the elves, 200 years is a fortnight to us.
Yeah, he's gonna ask for something though. He's not just gonna do it, right?
I mean, that's the thing is we have given him things, so I don't know. MKL is he's never seemingly asked for anything. He just seems to. I don't even know how to describe it. It seems like
He almost owes us one, doesn't he?
that's kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, maybe the rest of you, probably not me so much.
Yeah. As far as the Elvish pantheon, I mean, Stenat and Tanathil could probably do it, but I don't know any temples to them, nor do I know any clerics to the Elven gods.
They were not mentioned among the list of the divinations, so it may be that they would not take interest in something as fleeting as a normal person's lifespan. They would probably wouldn't see that much of a difference between him coming back now or in 200 years.
Is there like an ideological argument we can make for MKL to do it?
I don't know enough about his beliefs other like what everyone is equal before death is that's their big thing. The thread painters stories, everyone has a story and things like that. Or
the old saying that in death all debts are paid.
I haven't heard that one about him, but he definitely is very big on taking the soul to death, being very anti-undead. Cecilia took all the writing then from his actual temple, so I don't remember that, unfortunately. I wasn't quite so zealous back then, you know?
We're not really... This guy wasn't really using a lot of undead, huh?
Yeah, he was deeply tied to the aberrant of many horrific kinds.
Yeah.
So one could make an argument of the purity of the world, where death itself was being violated, as the aberrant life cycle of both the Slod and the Illithid were allowed to prosper.
Well, he was attempting to make a giant Draco-Lich, so there's that too.
Well, I mean, like a balance maybe. Sweagus Rose. That's none of this is my stuff. Could we make an argument that he was trying to create an imbalance revolving life and death and things in the world?
He was trying to pervert the cycle that Amorosi's in by making Amorosi come back as an undead.
Speaking of which, why don't we just ping an ancient and wise entity who was directly impacted by this person? Let's ping Amorosi, ask what she thinks.
Yeah.
Can we? I don't know. Do you want to ask Amorosi?
I don't have a direct line to him yet. I'm working on that, but I don't have a direct line right now.
We can send a paper bird, but no, the paper bird's too slow. Speaking of paper bird, Echo, can I borrow one real fast?
Borrow what? Oh, yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
How about the guy at the door? Do you think he would know a way to communicate?
Well, the difficulty with ascending spells, you have to have met the individual, and I don't think many individuals around have.
He's talking about Nahaliel at the door. The angel who's the guardian of the Endless Pinnacle.
Yeah, he's met Amorosi, I'm pretty sure, because he's not just an angel. Apparently, he's a frickin' Empyrean, which is a lot more than just an angel.
Right.
Contact him. It's not the same but I guess he could.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone has some advice, he probably does, and it doesn't hurt to ask him.
Yeah, we have all of these resources, and true wisdom is knowing what you don't know.
He's literally right out there where you could just go ask. He's like 50 feet away.
Brennan doesn't know what he doesn't know. I mean, Brennan will just walk out there and ask him. He doesn't know.
Takes.
Did Brennan walk off to go ask him? That'd be funny if Brennan's the one to go,
Yeah, we're discussing this. And,
you know what? I mean, honestly, to be in character, I'm not saying he's there yet, but yeah, he's walking away.
It's a fun little scene. Let's just have Brennan.
Bit.
Yeah. Because he would do that. Yeah.
So I don't have the art at the moment for you. However, Brennan, you walk out to meet up with Nahaliel, who is standing with his back to the door as it opens, and curiously, he looks behind him at you. Can I help you, sir?
Brennan, we wanted to talk to the dragon. Do you know how to do that?
I do. I use my mouth. And when he is distant, I send a message. Do you have a message for the master?
You know what? I do. Just give me 1 second. And Brennan's going to run back in and just be like, hey, guys, what's the question?
You hear the door close behind you. As the camera pans, he goes, that was a very short amount of time.
The question is, how do we dispose of Doldrin's soul?
How do we dispose of Doldrin's soul? Brennan,
he can't return.
What happened?
So he can't return.
So he can't return. How do we dispose of Doldrin's soul so he can't return?
Yeah.
All right,
Like he's just repeating that to himself as he runs back so he doesn't forget.
I think Testadin is going to write down on a piece of paper.
Brennan's already walking.
He's already gone, bro.
Okay, I'm going to have to total shuffle after him.
Don't worry about him. I'm sure he's just pondering how to incorporate this into some sweet moves or something. You know?
Yeah, no, he's just whistling. Walking.
Yeah, Testadin is quickly writing down something to hand to Brennan.
Do you have parchment and a pen?
Yeah, he's a map maker.
Okay, cool, awesome. If you got mapping supplies, then that's not a problem.
Yeah,
cool.
Write down soul of dark wizard who tried to taint your soul, contained for 1 day. Advise on permanent containment to prevent restoration.
Yeah, Brennan's just walking on the ceiling upside down, whistling.
Yesterday today, you come up to Brennan, who is nearly doing a Spider-Man kiss position as he's walking down. You come up behind him.
Yeah, I'm not gonna judge mammalian dancing. Y'all look weird, but here, take this.
Brennan looks nice. Oh, what's this?
This is, if we're using a sending spell, the concise way to convey our issue.
I'm sorry, what's this?
It's a piece of paper with writing on it, also called a note.
Okay, who am I giving this to?
Do I need to make a medicine check on him? Did he hit his head trying to do one of his breakdancing moves? Just it hasn't sunk in yet.
He knows nothing about magic or gods. He's just gonna repeat. He doesn't know that this is for him. You have to literally say
I love it so much.
He's a very literal person.
Yes.
Drax.
I am going to check.
Drax the
Ricard,
Ranger.
is your mic working tonight? Because you've been very quiet.
Yes, sir.
Okay, just checking.
I'll get it. Yeah, I wish Discord had a feature for like D&D games where you could see a little timer next to each person of how long it's been since they talked. Like that would be so useful for DMs to notice. Like, oh hey, player 3 hasn't talked in 10 minutes.
All right. Well, I just like checking in. Okay, so you come up to the door, and I assume you open the door to talk to Nahalio once again.
Yeah. Brennan opens the door, just kind of stands behind him.
He looks back at you. You were gone for much longer than 1 second.
Brennan looks at me and says, "You're correct. You're right." And then he pulls out this piece of paper and he begins to read it. And then he stops and he looks at this being. He looks at the paper and he looks at the being and says, "Here." And he just hands him the piece of paper.
He takes the piece of paper, like the littlest post-it note, and
Yes.
looks down his nose at it, because this is a really big angel.
Yes.
And he looks down at it and squints. Now, as a question, is Testudinidae here, or did you walk off?
I'm not trusting Brennan alone.
And Brennan's looking back at him, like shaking his head, like, "See?"
Yeah.
Well, Testudinidae is going to give Brennan a pat on the shoulder and say, "That was quite wise. Never be the intermediary when you don't have to be."
Okay. So, as you handed him the note, can I get you to paste what you put on the note?
Sure. One.
Thank you.
There you go.
Soul of the dark wizard who tried to taint your soul, contained for 1 day, advise on permanent containment to prevent restoration. Okay. The angel before you looks down at you.
Yeah, Testadini's a high cleric. He's had to do a lot of paperwork.
Is this to be sent to our master?
Yes.
Very well. And he speaks, Lord Master, great dragon Emery-Rosi, the soul of the dark wizard who tried to taint my soul, contained for one day, advise on permanent containment to prevent restoration. Is that what you wanted?
Yes. Final answer.
Brendan says yes afterwards.
The angel waits. Curious, he waits and waits. One moment. There is a lot of roaring.
Of the good kind or the bad kind? Or did we interrupt her meeting a bard?
I am uncertain. This may take a moment.
Well,
They say that there is no way to guarantee. After all, wishes are a thing. Be careful with a soul, lest yours be taken with it. Seems like good advice.
Indeed. Yeah, fortunately, we don't need to solve this problem forever. We just need to solve the problem for now.
For now, I will send another message. For now, can we
Brand's
do something?
annoyed. Like he's at the DMV in line.
Yep.
He's taking forever.
Absolutely. Is there a way that they may deal with the soul of the thing that tormented me? One moment. More roaring.
I'm picturing that the roaring is not actually her roaring, but rather but she's decided to take a little me time and she's actually at the beach and he's just hearing the waves.
There is something going on, and I believe it's the Friday night group that actually knows what's going on. But at this point, he turns. You have the options to provide the soul to the god of MKL, who would imprison it for a time, we hope. There are creatures with which we do not wish to make deals that could enslave it and imprison it for longer times. Be cautious with dealing with them, for they may take more than you bargain for. And then there are the great evils. As far as good, no. We must allow one the opportunity to redeem himself. For that is the right thing to do. And you guys may now accept it as being lawful stupid, as they don't want to commit to doing this, but they are lawful good. They have a very set series of rules that they want to abide by, and they view it as everyone has an opportunity for redemption.
Mm-hmm.
And we seem to have lost Echo Rex. He'll be back in a little bit.
Okay. Testadine says, great, just send her this, and hands over a small sketch of a thumbs up emoji before returning back into the pinnacle.
What is this? As he picks it up, and while you walk back in, he looks at it and rotates it, and he's not sure which way's up and which way's supposed to be up, etc.
The words thumbs up emoji are written below the thumbs up.
That wasn't said before you give it to him.
Oh, you know me. I do that in real life. I'm old enough to get away with saying thumbs up emoji in conversation.
All right. So, as Nahaliel stands there with Brennan looking bored. That was strange. It seemed like they were in conversation with someone else. Perhaps if one had been imprisoned for a long time, dead and gone, I would want to have a conversation too with someone I cared about.
It's probably a whole series of cheesy romance novels that she's currently procuring.
Brennan, any response?
Brennan agrees that everything that we're talking about is strange.
Mm-hmm.
So he nods at that. Yes, this is all strange. He looks back at Tetsuya and says, so basically it's MKL where we started from. We just had to go through these lawyers and politicians to get there.
Well, we have at least eliminated, we have gathered more information and, I think more importantly, direct input from someone who would be quite furious if we took action that wound up badly involving this soul.
Brennan just staring at blankly. Okay.
Okay, let's tell everyone I've got a really bad pun to unleash on them.
That's interesting. Okay, let's go.
Eric, in the meantime, because
Yes.
while they were doing this, Rose was writing a message on the paper bird. So this is going to be something, because it's not written in the item description.
Sure.
But when you finish writing the message and you send it off, it like folds up, origami style and flies away.
Okay.
How big are sending stones?
Sending stones are typically the size of your thumb.
So pretty small.
Yes.
Would it be possible to place one sending stone in the paper bird while it's folding up so it flies with the sending stone?
I'm going to say no because it would weigh down the bird, and there is a spell for that.
For transporting a small item like that?
Yes.
Yeah, Animal Messenger.
Animal Messenger. There's also what's his name? Speedy Courier.
Well, it wasn't that the one you banned? Because like someone
It breaks the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can teleport an item. So you can use a teleport spell to teleport an item, and so I can teleport an item.
Who are we teleporting an item?
Well, unfortunately, I don't think you've met the person that I want to send this to.
Yeah, I'd probably have to use the Eye of Kydron to do it, but you can teleport an item.
Well, it's fine. I don't know exactly where they are right now anyway, so we'll just wait for them to respond to the bird. They have magic themselves. So yeah, she tosses the letter up into the air and just says "Bryn Gemflower," and sends it on its way.
You do that right now?
Yeah. Well, it's just a letter, so it's a paper bird, and it's been like what 4 days since they contacted Rose.
Yep.
So it travels like 60 feet per round, so it's not very fast. So timey wimey, wibbly wobbly. Who knows where it goes?
Right now,
they're not on this plane. Shit, yeah.
The bird doesn't move.
Yeah, they're not on this plane. Damn.
Is this whole island a plane?
So like,
Just
anyways,
because it flies doesn't make it a plane.
So, yeah, because that's the thing, because technically, all the stuff that happened for them was about like 3 days ago for us. So I was just hoping they'd be out of the of where they are right now.
We will have paper birds
we don't know.
cover for a moment.
Okay.
Because they might be dead.
Okay.
Because they're still not out of combat. No matter what they think, they're still not out of combat yet.
You hear that, guys? You better watch out. So she just sighs and just folds the letter up and just nothing says she could just wait like till tomorrow and try again.
Sure.
But yeah, she'll just put it in her backpack then.
Okay.
Well, shoot. Anyways,
I don't know queuing it up and just letting it be, but at the moment it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, because if they're outside of the plane, then it just doesn't work. But yeah, she just looks at the others and just says, anyways, what did Nahaliel say?
Well, with the combination of the results of our divination and the direct input from our Golden Dragon ally, who would have been most upset if we took inappropriate action, regarding this issue. The foul ones are not viable, and as we just finished shopping, will not be. As we just finished. As we
He
just
said, "Hold on, nothing. We're doing them."
Yeah. I did say I have a terrible pun to unleash. At least let me get to it.
They're trying to
I may be an elf, but time is is money. So let's.
Yeah. Brandon's chaotic good. He doesn't like all these rules.
What's the pun?
Oh no! Tested any folds his arm. No, you guys don't deserve the pun anymore. Okay, let's go to MKL.
Which I looked at Echo. Which temple do you want to go to? There's one in Nausha, I believe.
Yeah, if there's one in Nausha.
Where would can I roll to figure out where the head temple is, Eric?
You don't have to. The head temple of the Church of Imkale is in Garden Soil.
No, the actual, the non-heretical.
The real one.
I said the head temple of Imkale. Not the Church of Imkale, sorry.
Oh,
or all temples
would be
equal?
in Ryport.
Oh, my favorite place.
Oh, I would like to go visit the bloodstain you left on their front porch.
Yeah. So
I don't know if I have. How reliably can I do this?
Yeah, we can take.
Have anything from Ryport or?
You'll be fine. What's the worst that could happen?
We end up in Garden Soil.
Teleport becomes Terrapart.
Yeah, I know Echo's supposed to take risks with these teleports, but he tries to make them a certainty.
I know.
He tries not to take those risks.
Let's see. Do I have anything from Ryport? No, after mentally torturing a teenager, I don't think I actually bought anything there.
I
can
didn't
get to a lot of places, but Ryport, I mean, I can try.
Wait, I do actually have something from Ryport.
What do you have?
Okay. Well, I bought it in Ryport. I don't know if that counts.
What is it?
It has a bottle of brandy.
What? I don't know. What brand is it? Where is it distilled? And
it's Protector of Brandy.
I would not say that is associated.
Yes, I said I bought it. I'm role playing this area. Yeah, I'm role playing.
Okay, role playing wise, it's worth a shot.
Yes. Yeah. I'm letting Echo make the decision, but Aimer is, saying Aimer things.
Right.
Yes. That's the only thing I got.
He's like, how have we not drank that?
This is mine. You touch it, I'm gonna break your fingers. That's
wiggles his fingers.
This is $1,000 a bottle. 1,000 gold a bottle.
Very familiar. Seen casually. I think that's me. Would be seen casually. That's like a 50% chance, I think.
Yeah, you'd be fine.
Yeah, that's a 50-50. Could be off target. Let's see.
Rose, did you pick up anything there when you were hanging out in the consortium?
No.
So an option, since you do have that scrying item, that's on cooldown for today, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Because what you can normally do is, channel a scrying to someplace you've seen casually. That's enough for scrying, and then study carefully while through the scrying sensor.
We've been doing that, yeah.
Now, I do have scrying, but I don't know if I've been there. But Testinity has traveled a lot. He is a map maker.
1 second. Let me try something. Give me a second. Echo's going through his books, his compendium. He's researching some of his magic options. 5th level spell. Particular creature. Same plane. Target. Wisdom. Okay. So it's not scrying. Which one is the one where it's an object? Is it clairvoyance?
Clairvoyance, and that's a limited range.
Yep. Scrying is on a person.
Right. The Eye of Kydron allows you to scry on an object as well as a person, which is why it's special.
Yeah, that's the way to go. I mean, I guess what we have to do with Nausha, I've got some other options, but Nausha is probably the our best bet.
I mean, weren't we just at a temple of MKL not too long ago?
Yes, it's where we revived Echo, but that was in Shu.
Oh, wait a minute.
We could just go back there. We've just been there.
Yeah, or we can go to the one in Naosha.
Okay.
I mean, does it have to be the head temple?
No, I don't guess so.
We could settle for like the shoulder or the elbow temple.
Yeah. Yeah, let's just do. I think Nash is probably the safest.
Naosha's the safest. I'm not. Well, there's a temple there. I don't know if there's a temple. The problem is we need a temple strong enough to actually handle this.
Well, worst case scenario, we wind up at a temple that's not quite the right temple we're looking for, and we try again.
Well, we only have, probably 7 hours now.
Well, Echo, how many teleports you got left in the chamber?
Today, one. Well, let me hold on. Let me look at my scrolls.
How about this? We try it. If it goes horribly, I have word of recall prepared.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't have a teleport scroll. Yeah, so I've got one left today.
All right, let's hold hands and do it.
All right, Eric, we're going to all gather up, and I'm going to use a wish in order to cast a teleport spell.
Okay.
And we're gonna go to Naosha. We're gonna go to the
back to Naosha.
Yeah, the blue cloak circle, teleport circle.
Awesome.
Yeah, cast wish and just say I want to cast from 3rd edition teleport without error.
We were just there today.
Yep. Just decided to come back.
A couple of hours ago. Yep.
All right, let's get you guys all set. One moment.
Oh, we're gonna have to spend the night here. Well, we got recall. We won't.
All right, so you're casting teleport to Naosha. Awesome. So you guys will teleport to the lovely city of Naosha. As you appear,
honey, I'm home.
Cat rack.
Hello, sir. Welcome back.
Wait, you have a body now?
You had a body last time.
I wasn't here last time.
Oh, well, that's a good point.
It serves.
I'm gonna poke him experimentally in the chest.
It's solid, but it doesn't feel like flesh.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab his, is his arm, is he moving, his body, his arms, or is he just kind of, floating around?
He's floating around.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab his arm and, give it a little shake. Is that a mannequin?
It is a mannequin.
Fantastic.
And Brand's like, don't be rude.
No, don't worry, we go way back. It's...
Yes, but I don't really appreciate it. You understand? It's
of course, Shadrach.
A presentation thing. I prefer that people not realize that the body is a manifestation of inanimate objects, because I found that people who shoot at it believe it's going to injure me.
That's a fair deception. Does he even? Wow, you even have a wig on under there?
I do. It's quite a insistent point from Mr. Basil.
That makes sense. Got to go with the whole blue theme. Okay.
I think it's a much better look than when we found him.
Yeah, missing teeth, Jim's fries. Yeah, it's pretty disconcerting. Yeah, you look good, Shadrach.
Thank you.
And that is a very fetching mask.
Lord Ronaldus Basil deemed it to be acceptable. After all, he was quite disgusted with my normal appearance.
Yeah, he can be stuck up sometimes, but he's
sometimes
a decent person.
Say is more often than not.
This makes Brennan crack up.
Well, has anyone interesting come through here in the past few days?
Yes. Would you like to know about them?
Actually, unfortunately, as much as I'd like to talk, we are at a bit of a time constraint.
That's fine. It was a joke, because you yourselves are very interesting people.
Brendan's really liking Shadrach.
Yeah, very humorous, Shadrach. That is a good use of subverting expectations.
Indeed.
Shadrach has a dry sense of humor.
Yeah. Brendan pats him on the back and then says, "Oh, sorry."
You hear the sound of wood. Perhaps someday I'll be able to upgrade the body to something more durable.
Oh yeah, maybe we could like stick you on like a golem body or something. That'd be kind of cool.
He looks
Oh,
at
that's
you,
actually-
and
that's a
the
pretty good idea.
face just is completely impassive. Poker face behind the mask. You can't tell his expression. He's just staring.
Oh yeah, he's a demi-lich. He can't make expressions, but yeah, sticking him on like a golem body would actually be really cool. Actually, like, oh, what if we get like a? Oh wait, no, Rose has never seen an iron golem. The only one she's seen is I think it was one of
You've
those.
seen an iron golem.
Did we?
You saw an iron golem in the reliquary of Asatoro on your way
Oh, that's
down
right. Yeah, there was that big one. Yeah,
before the 7 locks.
Yeah, didn't it have like 4 arms?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It also had
Yeah.
biceps.
Yeah. If we could stick one of those, stick your head on one of those things, that'd be actually really scary.
Most
Ooh,
people have 4 arms.
we could do if we could find a
Most
way for
people
him
have
to
2
do
arms.
animate. If we could find a way for him to do animate objects, his body would be like a creature of its own that he could control.
I'm imagining, and tell me if I'm wrong here, that you guys are walking while doing this discussion and just looking behind.
Yeah. I mean, because the resource, like Rose, all Rose knows iron golems exist. She has no idea the kind of resources that goes into making one. Because we also fought back in we were going through the city of the gods. There was that. What are those mage guardians called? They're not iron. They're basically iron, like really weak iron golems. Shield guardians, is that what they're called?
Gardens, yes.
Yeah, we fought one of those too. Way back when.
Yeah, or you hook up with an artificer and you wind up with something that looks like the trauma harnesses from Fallout New Vegas Old World Blues.
Yeah. So. All right. So Imkel, right? Actually, have we ever been to the Temple of Imkel here in the city?
No.
I don't believe so. No.
All right.
No, I
Well,
don't think so. Not here.
well, hopefully they're not pushovers, or corrupted by the Joseph. That would be unfortunate.
Well, you guys get to do the fun part of getting to see some new stuff here. You guys will make your way to the Temple of Imkel.
Ooh. Man, usually they're all black and gold, aren't they?
Nope, they're white and red.
Right, white and red. Okay. I was completely wrong about that. Ignore what I said. That's not
I
true.
like that.
That is more than 21 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I
6,
tried so hard,
7,
guys.
8, 9.
Damn. It's 20 to
Do
the
it
first
again, Eric,
landing.
and get it right.
It's 20 the first landing. Hot damn. You know how
Just
much landscape artists cost? $1,400 per piece, guys.
Ooh, yeah. That is a very pretty temple. It's very Taj Mahal-esque.
Yeah. So, as you guys come up to the Temple of Imkel, are you guys ready to move forward?
Rose just sighs as her body sits down, and once again, she turns into a ghost as she starts climbing the stairs.
Okay. Your spectral form starts climbing the stairs. You
The
will
things
lose
I did-
levels.
Being literal on Spirit's End Fellowship there.
Yeah.
Look, death has no hold on me, okay? It's not my fault.
All right.
Amor pulls out his amulet to the front of his cloak and starts walking up the stairs.
Okay. You also lose levels.
Yep.
This Danny's going to take a moment to tap himself with his cleansing stone and just get a little bit of the gunk off his white robes as he straightens them out and walks boldly up the stairs.
Cool.
Can I fly when I'm like this? She's gonna attempt to fly.
It's flying, jumping with style. Your choice.
It's like she's a ghost. I don't know. Can she?
All right. So, is anyone not going up the stairs?
Rickard is gonna leave Monty with Rose and he's gonna be like, You let me know if anybody fucks with Rose, okay?
Okay.
And then he's gonna walk up the stairs.
Okay. Ricard, as you take a step onto the stairs, you feel a twinge of uncomfortableness. Do you wish to continue as you have lost a level?
Yep. I was there at the last temple. Just felt the feeling before.
Yeah, it's not pleasant. And Brendan, are you going to church?
Begrudgingly, yeah.
Okay. Cool. So, as everyone goes up the steps, you ascend the 20 steps and revert to commoners. At the top of the steps, you are greeted by one of the clerics. Welcome, children. How can I be of assistance?
Before we ask anything, what do you think about the Jozo Sai?
The Joseph Sai. They are misled, confused, and heretical. Why?
Just checking. Is he telling? Does it feel like he's telling the truth? Can I hear his heart? A religion or insight? Because I'm just. Oh, I did. 17.
17. It seems like he's telling the truth.
All right. Okay. Sorry. I just say sorry. I just had to check real fast to make sure it's the right Church of Imkel. I just take a step back and let Tetsu do whatever he wants to do.
Well, in reverence, we greet you, carrying a cargo of a spirit most dread in its impact upon this world, a spirit that sought to corrupt ancient remains into horrible undeath, who brought foulness of aberrant entities to this world, and whose followers would return him to this world should his soul go free. We seek to ensure that he may not return to this realm while his foul machinations remain to taint the cycle of life and death, to ensure his soul reaches its proper, final rest without another chance to befoul this realm.
That was quite eloquent. That was quite eloquent.
Thank you.
Meaning?
We have a soul of an extremely evil wizard who is threatening all of Toivoa, and we would like to offer his soul to Imkel, one, as a gesture of goodwill, and two, to hopefully keep him from coming back.
We will do what we can. Come within. He will turn and take you guys inside, where the altar of the church lies broken.
Ah, I see the Jozo Sai were here.
No. A initiate summoned powers beyond his ken and called upon a name that brought havoc upon the city.
Sounds like Dad.
He looks at you through the mask. You can't tell his expression, but his body language depicts, really?
I can think of several people that actually sounds like. Well, what?
There's one or two in this party.
Yeah. What entity, may I ask?
I will not repeat the name within the temple. However, let us address your issues as they are most pressing.
Yeah, we only have like 5.5 hours before this spell wears off.
You have taken it upon yourself to hold the hand of Imkael from his rightful grasp, and now bring it here in order to allow that which belongs to Imkael to pass beyond. Is that true?
Yes. We in reverence to Imkael's domain, we only have the request that its passage to the afterworld be not as swift as one might normally expect.
I think truthfully, he imprisoned himself.
He was trapped within that staff. We released him, but we just, kept him from zooming off to whatever contingency he had to come back, because I'm sure he had one.
The cleric nods at you. I understand. Come, place it upon what remains of our altar. And he gestures to a white marble slab that is laced with red.
That's currently busted.
It is broken in half. There are sections that are chunked off onto the floor. You can blame the Feywatch for this.
Well, I guess the material doesn't really matter, right? It's all about the intent.
He just stares.
Everything is born. Everything at some point is born, and everything at some point dies. It doesn't matter if it's a plant, a person, or even a world.
And all are equal in the arms of the god.
Not gonna say anything. No, can't make me argue. Nope. Out of character. Not saying it. Nope.
So test two. Have you got the cage, or has Aimer still got the cage?
Aimer's got the.
Oh, I thought Tetsu had it. Oh.
I'm not touching that thing.
Nice.
Wisdom to know not to touch that thing.
Who's the guy in charge of world detonation? That's Aimer.
It is. Aimer goes. He nods to the priest and goes, "Hail, brother. I believe MK will have a few words with this particular soul." And he pulls out the lead box with the soul cage, and he's like, "It's in a soul cage in this lead box. Would you like it in the box still, or just directly onto the altar?"
The god does not care about lead.
Well, want to make sure I'm not so up to date on the temple rituals. And so Aimer
this
puts
is
on the
most
box.
irregular regardless. Souls do not normally enter without bodies.
Our Lord and I have a very abnormal relationship as well. So him seeing me do this will probably be normal to him coming from me.
Yeah, highly irregular is actually our group's second name.
I mean, there's a guy in a dock without a body. I don't know.
Unfortunately, the Archangel of Death visited us a few days ago, but we couldn't entrust it with her because, well, it just happened, and she's very fickle.
Very busy.
Well, let us perform the rites.
Just trying to name drop there, like, hey, by the way, we know the right hand of Imkel. She's our old friend.
He doesn't give a damn. Everyone is equal in death.
Yeah. But
if I simply go down 3 of those steps, I too have the power of death. Also blindness and deafness.
All right, so Aimer, I need you to roll your religion check as you begin to perform the rites with the cleric.
Ooh, this is a tough one, guys. Hold on.
A 36.
Wow, that was a good roll too.
That's a very good roll, sir. So, Aimer.
Wait, Aimer, just to be safe, do you have any of those stacking rogue things you can add onto that?
Do I need more than a 36, Eric?
No, but would you like it?
Yeah.
It can't hurt.
Okay, let's make it a 42.
Okay, thank you. It's not needed, but it's appreciated.
Man, I'm getting
that
flashbacks of third addiction here.
Yeah, it's appreciated that you decide to excel in your chosen avenue of studies.
Yeah, Aimer throws a couple peace fingers to MKL, after the ritual, he's like low key,
Mm-hmm. As you perform the ritual, the cleric looks at you and takes a step back, realizing that you're more versed in this sort of thing than he is. And
MKL are on a first name basis.
Well, isn't MKL on a first name basis with almost everybody?
Yeah, but he doesn't tell you I'm going to see you in death soon, like once a week, like he does me.
It's only been like 3 times.
4?
That's
It's 3 or 4. I lost count. Yeah.
It happens too often.
Feels like more.
It feels like more. Yeah.
All right. So, Aimer, would you like to do the ritual, or do you want me to do it for you?
Emer will he'll put the box on the altar.
Okay.
And he'll get down on one knee and bow his head, putting his hands together. He's focusing what he does have a little divine magic. It's not a lot, but he focuses it enough after watching all the times Cecilia did similar, and in almost like a black and white outline, the altar seemingly puts itself back together, and you can still see the pieces, but it's like the shadow of an outline as a spectral hand reaches up through it, grabbing the box on both sides and slowly pulling it down into the shadows, where it never actually touched never actually looked like it went through the altar. It just simply went through a shadowy aspect of what the altar should have been, and it's gone.
Yeah.
The priest next to you nods. That was quite impressive. Thank you for handling that. It was beyond my means.
Well, we are all equal before him.
He nods and reaches for a handshake.
Emer will give him a handshake.
He's got a nice, solid grip.
Emer doesn't.
He has really nice gloves. I like those gloves.
Emer's got 9 strength, so he has an okay handshake.
Okay.
Oh, is he one of those weirdos who gives you like the limp wrist handshake?
No,
like
Emer kind of does. Like he tries to give you a good one, but you can tell just like his fingers are not like his wrists are very bendy, just not very solid. You know.
As long as he doesn't give those weird like finger handshakes.
No, he tries. He gives a solid handshake. It's just you can tell that.
Solid handshake for a 9-year-old. Got it.
Yeah, it's there's no calluses on his hand, you know what I mean? Like it's not really his thing.
Nice robes on, you know?
You swing a sword every day. You're a professional swordsman.
I'm also a professional thief, a professional assassin, a professional protector of a city, a cleric of MKL. You know, I have a lot of things, and I moisturize.
There we go. That's why. he gets that pumice stone just to make sure he gets no calluses.
I think it's more that just the variety of goo from abominations that he slays and splashes all over him has a moisturizing effect. You know, a combination of illithid tadpole slime and slod egg goo.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah.
He didn't say what he moisturized with, just that he moisturized.
After all, Emer has to be good with the ladies. We have established that.
I mean, his hands are kind of this thing. Calluses are going to also put off. They can catch on things, like when you're going into someone's pocket. You know, just a lot of little things. So he needs to keep his hands like as silky smooth as possible for the very fine work of pickpocketing and in the brothel.
Meanwhile, the cleric's hands are strong because he's used to burying people in the graveyard and carving headstones.
And masks.
That's hard work. Yeah. Yeah.
Emer will look to the priest and go, "Since while I'm in town here, is there anything you need for the temple?"
We are fine. Thank you.
Emer will go to the donation plate and he will leave 100 gold anyway.
He nods. We will take it and give it to those who have need.
Well, Tessinae takes a bold pose, points to the exit, and says, "Well, I think we have need for a fancy meal after these shenanigans. Who's up for seafood?"
Depends what Brad has. Is Brad cooking?
He's always cooking. Like I've never seen him do anything else.
Emer will again bow to the priest and be like, "We'll take our leave."
He matches your bow.
Hit the Citadel if you need anything. If I'm not there, they'll leave a message for me.
Of course. And you guys can descend the levels.
Yeah.
Before Tessinae leaves, he's gonna lean into the priest and say, "Just one quick question: why can't arithmophobes follow Imkale?"
There's no response.
Because arithmophobes are afraid of math, and everyone is equal before Imkale.
It's good that Rose doesn't have a body because she would have punched you for that one.
Yes, and he responds, but is that the root of it all?
Ooh! Oh! Oh!
His eyes light up, and a fellow punster gives him some like finger guns before sauntering after his
Oh
party.
man, he got you. It's like that meme, man. Oh!
Wait, cleric's got a sense of humor. It's just most folks don't have the appreciation for it.
All right.
Y'all were talking about Brad cooking. I don't think Brad cooks. I don't know who's back there cooking.
You know what I meant? Brad's there working, bringing food.
I mean, who else?
I have a theory. That Brad is the richest person in all of Nashville.
Because
all the adventures tip so well, he's just making a fortune.
I'm pretty sure Judith, if we punctured that coin purse of hers, she would destroy the economy of Nausha.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
But I've never seen anyone go in or out of that kitchen other than Brad.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
I don't know this Brad fellow, but I think we might want to go to a fancy place. I think we deserve it.
It can't be the only place in Nausha to eat. I mean, I wouldn't mind some seafood either.
So, you guys want to go try to find a place?
Yeah, Rose.
Yeah, the kind of place that has both fabric tablecloths and napkins.
Fabric tablecloths and napkins. Awesome. So let me go ahead and get
Actually,
those NPCs here.
It's gonna be great.
What Amer does actually for that is he goes and he finds Ronaldus
Okay.
and goes, friend, I need to know the best restaurant in town.
Yeah, he would know.
Yeah, he would absolutely know. And he will tell you that it is Giancarlo's.
Oh.
Thank you. I'll be there if you need me.
And
Amer's
here's our friend Ronaldus Basil. Why is he not showing up? That's weird. Should be showing up. Oh well.
You simply know that even without him showing up, that he's better than you.
Yeah, he is
Okay.
better than you.
Nah.
You guys know that. All right, so you guys go over to Giancarlo's.
Yep, Hamer walks back and goes, John Carlos is what I heard about.
What's funny is you say Giancarlo, and he said Giancarlos.
This is Amer, though.
Oh, I understand. The telephone game is a wonderful thing.
That's what I said, John Carlo.
John Carlos. Yeah, I mean.
God. All right.
Yeah, if Amer were a Windows function, he would be paste as plain text.
So, Ricard, are you going to be joining them at Giancarlo's?
Absolutely.
Awesome. As you guys approach, you can smell the garlic bread.
Oh, that's a good sign.
As you guys approach, there is a very large man, 6'2", 299 pounds, if he's not wearing his shoes. He looks over at you boisterously. Come in, please. Come right in. We have tables for everybody right here. Yes, tables for 6. Ah, good. And 2 of you will have to sit on ends because they are small tables. But we'll get you all situated. Right here. Okay. Oh, and we need salad. Yes, we need salad and more bread. And a lady wearing green armor comes out. Long, beautiful black hair, comes out and smiles as she places a salad on the table. And on a small cutting board, there are 3 large sardines that have been salted, gutted, and cooked. She smiles. Enjoy. Now, gentlemen, it is time for you to feast. Welcome to Giancarlo's. I recommend the garlic bread, a little bit of the salad, and we will be serving pasta. Is there anything special that I can make for you today?
Make no, drink yes. I need Protectorate brandy.
Protectorate brandy. Lucky for you, sir. My husband has quite the collection of Protectorate brandy. Let me go and collect some. Would you like a full bottle, sir?
Yes, please.
Okay, that is very expensive, you understand.
Amer lifts a very, very heavy coin purse up, and he pulls up his cloak. I got it covered. Don't worry.
Very well, sir. And he will shuffle back, doing what very much looks like the Tortollan shuffle as he goes back in there. But he's human. He's just got the body of a Tortollan.
I think Echo looks over at Testadinidae and says, I wonder if that's the pasta that has all like the clams and the stuff in it, you know. It's got, like,
I hope
everything
so.
in it.
I could really go for some shrimp.
Yeah, Brennan takes the tablecloth.
Echo's excited.
Yeah. Brennan takes the tablecloth and like wipes his hands like it's a napkin on it.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. And
jives.
you know, it's like, can I have some of that brandy?
Giancarlo comes out with a bottle. It's still got the insulation around it to protect it from being jostled during the sea voyage. Here you go, sir. It would be 1,000 gold pieces. It is a 100-year-old brandy.
Ooh. Aimer reaches into his pouch, and he pulls out. He starts counting. Pulls out, starts counting, and he's there for a little bit. But after about like a minute or two, there's a stack of 1,000 gold on the table.
He sweeps it into his apron. Thank you, sir. Oh, please enjoy. Slante. And he will provide tumblers for each of you.
Aimer will pour everyone a glass.
Now, with the pasta, we have the options of a variety of toppings. What would you like? Everything is made fresh. Do not hesitate to provide us with your exact demands.
I would love some shrimp and clams in the pasta.
Very well. Did you have a sauce choice?
The chef's recommendation.
Marinara, of course. Oh, and you, sir?
Yes. I've heard of a pasta marinara that has clams and has squid and a shrimp and a little bit of everything in it. Is that what? Is it? Can you do that?
We can do a seafood delight, of course.
That's what I'm.
After what we dealt with a few days ago, you sure you can handle squid?
Yeah, I can have squid.
Okay, and he will go to each of you in turn. So I've got Testudinidae's order, Echo's order, Ricard. The garlic is pretty damn strong here. It's making your eyes water.
He's like kind of into it, like being into spicy foods, you know? He's just like, he's chowing down on it. And while he's chowing down, he's like, you have anything cheesy?
He smiles. Of course, sir. You want a calzone. We will get you a calzone of great proportions with 7 cheeses. No, 14
Perfect.
cheeses.
Even better.
There are 14 cheeses?
Of course there are 14 cheeses. What kind of establishment do you think you're at?
Oh, I just didn't know there were 14 cheeses, period, in the world.
Oh, of course there are. After all, I can't be the cheesiest restaurateur in Nausea without them. He winks as he's laying it on extra.
How do you like your own medicine, Tetsu?
I think I might be having to make my medicine roll for myself.
Aimer!
Hey, turnabout is fair play, and I deeply appreciate it.
Get him, Eric. Fucking get him.
just the viciousness. Get him.
Aimer, what are you ordering other than brandy?
Aimer will order the special of the day and extra garlic bread.
Okay, cool. And Brennan.
And so Brennan's got his boot up on the table, and he's down in this brandy, and he's listening to what everybody's saying in disgust. And he looks at the guy and says, do you have things that used to have hooves or wings?
Hooves or wings? Of course, sir.
Can I have that?
Of course. Would you prefer the chicken or the veal?
The veal.
Of course. Most excellent choice, sir. Did you have a sauce preparation you prefer? I recommend the vinaigrette.
Brennan pulls down his shirt like he knows what he's talking about. Says, yes, that one.
Okay. And then he turns, my lady, how can I be of assistance?
Tea, please. Rosemary, if you have it.
Of course. But nothing to eat.
She shakes her head.
That's such a shame.
I don't eat.
You don't eat. Oh. He sits down, shocked. Oh, you don't eat. Oh, my dear, you are missing out on life, on the love and the art of culinary genius. Will you not
Brendan
have
laughs
a little
and
bit?
spits out some brandy.
I can bring out some tapas for you.
It's fine, thank you.
Very well, I will do so. And he's going to head out. So, yeah,
I don't know if I'd want to not have to eat. I mean, that's certainly an interesting ability. I could see the usage, but I mean, I wouldn't say that's being in tune with your body. It feels like it'd be disconnecting from your body. Eating is one of those primal joys where nothing could be that bad as long as you've got a full tummy and a rested shell.
Well, I've given up that sort of attachment. And because of it, I'm more free than I've ever been.
Yeah, but doesn't that mean you don't need it, and you don't worship food, and you don't eat in excess, so it frees you up, but it also frees you up to do what to actually enjoy it as well, right? Maybe enjoy it more than you ever did before.
Absolutely. But I'm also just not very hungry right now.
Oh, well, yeah.
As the camera pans into the kitchen, Giancarlo has heard that you're not very hungry right now and smiles at the assistant, and they both nod at each other.
What does that mean?
We'll find out in a moment. The camera saw that. You did not.
Hey, 33 passive perception.
Okay, fine. You saw them do that. Fine. What does that mean? They are going to attempt to tempt you with good food. So, as you guys sit there and wait for the food, because it is fresh pasta that is handmade right on the spot when the order is made.
Well, so while they're cooking that,
Yes.
you know, Amer had poured us all, because this is whiskey, right? So it's a shot, basically?
Brandy, yes.
Brandy? I'm sorry. Is it like a sipping brandy, or?
Yes.
So she just says, well, gentlemen, in light of our recent victory, I do propose a toast.
Yeah,
Brendan's is already gone.
Amer, fill him up quick, please. Just
He has to get more for the toast.
keep him coming, yeah.
I'm coming. This is a sipping brandy. Amer sighs and pours Brendan another glass.
In light of Amarazi's return, I think we should keep it simple. To good fortune and to good friends. And then she holds up her glass.
Yeah, Echo.
Ricard raises his.
Yeah, you're here.
Yeah, no more is needed. Yeah, no more is needed, and she just drinks. She's gonna, seeing how upset Amer was about Brendan drinking it, she is gonna down her the brandy.
Neither of you are getting another glass. How dare you? I'll go get some pond water for you out of the.
It is very delicious. What can I say? I lost my temptation. I had to drink it all. She says, as she waits for her tea to come out.
The tea will come out after about 15 minutes because they had to boil water. But when it does, it comes out in a very nice metal and blue teapot. It's half glazed.
So, Amer.
Yeah.
It's done? I mean, you think it's a done deal?
As done as it's gonna get.
Yeah. Okay.
We've done everything we can, and we've done it according to the wishes of the individual that we deeply want to respect the wishes of at this point.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, besides, Amer, you're really coming into your own as a man of faith.
Listen. When I'm loyal to something, I'm loyal to it. If I'm not, well, God only knows what's gonna happen. Sometimes not even then. but I really don't want that soul coming back either. Like, I'm willing to skirt rules and do things my own way in a lot of ways, but I'm rather done with that one.
Indeed, we have done all that we can, and what we have to do now is enjoy a meal.
Giancarlos will come out at this point carrying entire bowls of pasta for you guys. Notably, the one that he provides to Echo Rex is black pasta, also known as squid ink pasta. He provides the vinaigrette pasta over to Brennan, the marinara to the others, and gets you guys all served up. In front of Sweet August Rose, he places two small, little more than the size of your thumbnail, pieces of chocolate on a single white plate.
Mm-hmm. He looks down at that. Oh, is this compliments of the house?
Of course. You may ignore it. After all, you do not eat. I'm sure they do not tempt you. They're simply a house specialty that we would take insult if you do not consume. Have a wonderful time, everybody. Enjoy your food. And he will walk off.
I'll take insults. Oh, no.
Well, Tessidini's not going to hesitate. You see him make a small magical gesture with his hand. As he dips his spoon into the pasta, his mage hand is reaching in there and twirling it perfectly onto onto his fork for him to then eat.
Awesome. Cool. This is delicious Italian food. It has been established in previous settings that it is a 92 out of 100 every single time. We rolled it 3 times.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Bonus points
did a
for
one-shot here. Yeah, I think I did a one-shot in this restaurant one.
bonus points for consistency. Wow, that's really impressive.
So, you guys can enjoy your food.
Yeah, Ricard's gonna rip off a little bit of the calzone for Monty to chew on.
It
dig in himself.
stretches. It's got that winning stretch that goes out a good 14 inches.
Very nice.
Yeah, Brennan's not impressed.
Look at
at
this
all.
cheese pull, guys.
Whoa, that's awesome.
All right,
Brennan thinks this place is like cheap. He's like they give you all these noodles so they can skimp on the meat.
This isn't a place to get meat. If you want meat, we could just talk to Gual. I could have got you all the pork you wanted for
You
like a
look
gold.
at the piece of veal on his table, on his plate, and it is a half pound of veal.
Yeah. It's a very large piece.
He's like, look at this cut. This is nothing.
Well, afterwards, I can take you to Gual's, and you can pen to gold, and you can have all the cheap pork you can handle, maybe a side of trichinosis, because God only knows if he actually cooks it all the way through.
So Rickard's a prince, and I mean we're usually roughing it. I wonder what Rickard thinks about this place.
Yeah, Ricard.
Oh, my mom used to make me some cheesy pastas and such, so this kind of feels like home.
Your mother cooked?
She did.
Interesting. Most noble women. Yeah, most noble women don't.
It's something she took pride in. But speaking of royalty, it's a rather strong reaction to the ruler of Bourbon being mentioned earlier. What's the relation there?
He's kind of a shitter.
That has encompassed many of the individuals you've spoken of. We need details on the shit.
He eats souls. He let the city get filled with demons, which he controls.
Yeah.
He's allied with the thing we're fighting.
I think he's a fiend, right? He's very likely to be a fiend.
No,
he's a something.
He has. It's one of those outsider entities. That's where he's gaining his power from. That's what What was her? Eric, what was that succubus's name? Rose, or not Rose? It was like Rian, or what was it?
Yeah, I believe that was
Yeah, Rian. That's what Rian informed us about. It's not fiendish in origin. It's outsider based, and he's enslaved. Yeah, he's enslaving fiends and consuming them in order to gain power.
The name is written.
So you guys have plans to oust him?
She looks around. Like, how busy is this restaurant?
There are a total of 24 seats. Of the 24 seats, there are 18 taken.
Yeah. She's just gonna say, there are plans in place, but I would really rather not talk about them out in the open here. It's not safe.
We need a gem of discretion, don't we?
Yeah, unfortunately, they cost like 40,000 gold. So, yeah, I have other things to use my money for. Otherwise, I would love to own one. I know Brad has one. He let us borrow it for a little bit.
I didn't think they cost that much.
Yeah, they do, and they are exceedingly rare.
I know Judith has one because I don't think she does. I think she just said it costs 40,000.
Yeah. I believe the exact words was it would cost me 40,000 gold to get one.
Something along those lines, yeah. And I know Brad has one, but
had,
and him, I don't know, have or have, I don't know. He had one when I asked him, and he let me borrow it for a conversation, and I gave it back to him.
You can thank the Wednesday group for that.
Oh, they took it? Oh, those thieves. I actually don't know. I haven't watched.
I know. It was like in episode 14, like 2 years ago.
Oh, well, timey-wimey, I guess. Because, yeah, Rose borrowed one from him like several months ago, I think.
Yeah.
But anyways, you mean they gave it to him, not that they took it from him?
I'm not going to go into it.
Anyways,
all night with what they've done.
Yeah. Anyways, Rose just shakes her head. Yeah, it's really not safe to talk about this kind of stuff out in the open. She looks at the others. Operational security. I'm sure you understand.
Ricard puts up his hands. I understand completely. I know that I've shared my goals with you guys. I just want to kind of suss out what you guys are aiming to get at here, because I'm to meet with my dad or the ruler of South Cove or whoever the hell we're going to visit. I'd like to know what I could offer you guys in return from that transaction.
Oh, you did really good with the smashy in the Dark Castle.
Yeah, I've also been contemplating what I want out of this.
What do you want, Rickard?
I guess what I always wanted was to make a name for myself, and I always thought the path there was Karth, was gaining control of what my father built. But we also had this bard that passed through Karth quite often. Alara was her name, and she shared stories of adventure, and I guess I'm realizing now that that's another way to make a name for myself.
So is that what you want? Recognition?
Yeah. Yeah. I want to be known the worldwide.
Yeah, she just nods and drinks her tea.
Well, what form would you like that to take? Because it's one thing for everyone to know your name, but not much else, versus a small group to know everything about you. You know, it's like whenever someone comes along and says, "I want to conquer the world," one has to ask them, what's the meaningful difference in what you're going to experience between conquering the world and conquering a small nation?
I just want to be remembered.
Why?
So that's where
Good
legends
question.
are born.
She's just
Guess
smiling
it's
at yeah.
It's a form of immortality.
So
there is the saying that we're never truly gone so long as our impact on the world carries forward.
okay, so out of character because he's a Dompier. Is that like a commonly known thing? Like Dompier is like, oh, is it like just like, oh, it's just a race like an elf or a dwarf?
It is not.
Okay.
And
yeah.
you can roll a. This is technically a history check.
Okay. All right.
I guess I just look like a pale elf right now.
Yeah, he kind of does. Yeah.
Yeah, he looks just like a pale elf. You can't tell the difference.
Yeah.
You haven't seen him feed on anybody.
Yeah. No.
You haven't seen him do anything vampiric. He's walking
No.
around in the sun. He's just garlic with silverware.
He's cropped
on
water
ceilings and floors, but that's that at this tier. That's not even.
Yeah. So does
newsworthy.
so does Brennan. Yeah.
Brennan doesn't use silverware. What are you talking about?
I mean, my puns do drive him batty.
All right. Yeah. So she just listens to his responses and just nods. Immortality. Well, that's something a lot of people do seek.
I think I found a way to. You said you wanted to view your home, maybe view your dad. I think we could probably choose one or the other. I don't know that we could do both at the same time. But I think I found a way to do that.
Well, if you want to live forever, you could just go have a whole bunch of children. I mean, with the amount of gold that we walked away from that last expedition, you could move to a small town somewhere, have a dozen mates, and a few hundred children.
You're not wrong.
Yes, the sea turtle approach. Well, Rose just looks over at Echo. So you were saying you have a way of learning more about Shadow Cove?
Well,
I'm sorry, not Shadow Cove, South Cove. Oops.
So, Ricard said he wanted to view his home or maybe his father, but he's not able to use the Eye of Kygrin. So, but I can use the Eye of Kygrin and you can. I think we can use a telepathy spell. You share senses and images. You can actually communicate through it. And so he should be able to see through your eyes or my eyes while we use the Eye of Kygrin using telepathy.
Can you cast that spell? I've never seen you cast that spell before.
I can cast any spell you can name.
Well, okay, so Rose doesn't know the difference between a wizard and a sorcerer, but
right. Echo's pulled
can you use wish to cast wish?
Well, that's a good. Oh, no, you can't actually. But yeah, Echo's pulled a few extra tricks out of his hat the last couple of levels, and he's using wish to cast a lot of these spells that he's never cast.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. You can use wish. I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah.
8th
level and below, so I can't cast, which I think is stupid. But you can't cast 9th level spells, but you can do 8.
All right. Rose just nods. I mean, yeah, as long as you don't mind, she turns to Rickard. Either Echo or I seeing what you're gonna see. I mean, that seems like a viable way of scrying.
I don't mind. I feel like maybe it makes more sense to see what my dad's up to, since we already know that South Cove is where Karth used to be. We already have that bit of information.
Alternatively, we could just board a boat and sail there. It's not that far away.
Sail from here to South Cove?
Yeah.
That sounds terrible.
Which is probably why we're doing it.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
even to me.
We've gotten so spoiled lately. Echo's like, what? If it takes more than 10 minutes, why do it?
First off, we had to pass Bourbon. Second off, South Cove is terrible.
I've never been. I mean, it is in Cortland, so I imagine it's smelly.
That's racist.
Yeah, you know what? She's a wood elf. She can be a little racist. Yeah.
Okay.
Technically, it's speciesist.
It's speciesist, exactly.
It's yeah. I mean, we can go there.
So I think tomorrow, maybe that's something we can do tomorrow. Is we can let Ricard view his dad, see what his dad's up to, and then we can decide if we want to make the trip.
Well, I mean, if we even know his dad is still alive,
I think that's one way to find out, right?
I mean, it's been 2,000 years. That's a very long time.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that dragon said that I would get vengeance on him, so
What's the name?
I don't know what that
what's
means
the name-
exactly, but maybe it means he's alive.
What's the name of the city?
Well, it used to be Karth.
In South Cove.
Now it's South Cove, I guess.
Oh. Huh.
And,
I
you
mean,
know,
it's
what one option is that instead of going there as adventurers, we could just go there as tourists. People tend not to question why you're there when you're just hemorrhaging gold with the local economy.
Really, I would imagine that would attract a lot of suspicion.
Well, attention, but not suspicion. People tend not to question a good thing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
As far as I know, everyone questions everything in South Cove. It's again, it's you kind of have to. It's not a great place, but you know, I guess a lot of places we've gone haven't been great. To be fair.
Most places we go to are pretty awful.
And who rules over South Cove now?
I don't remember his name. It's one guy. Listen, I was there once, and you know, you get little tidbits of detail, but I haven't really cared enough to remember any of it.
Well, it's certainly an option.
I mean, if he wants to do it, I mean, he mentioned he wanted to do it.
Oh, I'm for it, but I'm not going outside at night.
Oh no, not tonight. I mean, we'd have to wait till.
No,
tomorrow.
there. I'll go outside at night here. I'm talking about you don't go outside at night there.
Yeah.
Even you wouldn't go outside at night?
No.
Why not?
Despite popular opinion, I enjoy being alive.
It's that dangerous.
You mean despite your best efforts?
My best efforts kill me sometimes, but
Amer, I mean, no, I struggle to see how some city streets could be a threat to you.
well, here. How about this? Amer says as he's twirling his brandy in his glass in front of him. When we get there, you can go outside at night.
All right.
You think I'm afraid of some streets?
Brendan just got sauce over his face and his mouth is full. He's nodding his head like, okay.
But I mean, it just raises the question: if it's some random person who is in charge of the city now, could we even validate Rickard's claim to whatever leadership positions there? What is it? A king? I don't even know.
Used to be.
I'm not entirely certain. To be fair, the geopolitical aspect of it. I know a few details, and I've turned down almost every single job to go back after I went the first time.
Oh well. Variety is the spice of life.
Living is the spice of life.
Speaking of the spice of life, hey Rose, how's your chocolate?
No, I haven't had it. Do you want it?
Oh no, I mean he gave it to you. Antistony is getting near the bottom of his bowl, and while his shell means that he doesn't exactly have a belt to take off and lean back and make a very dad noise, you can tell he seems to be a bit tighter in his shell than before.
How does that work? Regardless,
At this point, that you see, sweetheart Rose, with your exceedingly high perception, a little person appears to be about 9 inches tall, walking along with a bag over their shoulder, coming straight towards you guys, dressed in all green. Green hat, green shirt, green pants, green boots, even a green little belt. This 9-inch person is walking directly towards you from across the street.
Are they like a fairy or
You don't see any wings.
like a brownie?
Yeah, like a brownie.
What color are his nails?
It's hard to tell from this far away, but
Yeah, it's not that good. I mean, it's just a guy crossing the street towards the restaurant.
Yep.
Like, so she's just gonna ignore it and keep talking.
Curly brown hair, walks right up to your table, and excuse me, are you the sweet August Rose?
May I ask
Spirits and Fellowship?
May I ask who's inquiring?
You may not, but I am here to give a delivery to sweet August Rose, and if you are not her, then I am mistaken and must continue my quest.
That is me.
Very well.
And then he gives me the letter, and then he like rips off the badge. You've been served, and then he runs away.
He opens his backpack, and like a telescoping tube, out comes a large piece of parchment. To you, it's about, 4 inches wide by about 2 inches tall.
So like a postcard, like studying,
Yeah.
like a study note card. Yeah.
You have been delivered, and I am now free. Thank you. And
Do you require? Oh, before he leaves, I'll give him like a silver as a tip.
he looks at it. Where am I going to put that? As it's the size of his head.
I don't know. Just carry it with you. Put it in your bag.
He looks at you. Right. Thanks.
You're welcome.
And he will totter off, carrying the one silver piece that weighs as much as he does.
Enjoy that. One of life's many burdens. So she's gonna read the card. What is
Okay,
this?
Let me go ahead and show you the card. Do you want me to share it with everybody?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Unless
I
it's
can
something
show
like
it to you.
extremely, unless it's something extremely private that she wouldn't share with
I will
anybody.
share it with you first. You can determine
Okay.
if I should share it with everybody else. You can find
I'm
it in
picturing
my
she opens it.
handouts.
It's a singing telegram of some kind.
Wouldn't be the weirdest thing that's happened.
I mean, a magic mouth spell exists.
It's like those letters from Harry Potter.
Uh-huh.
The alien from Spaceballs.
Man, I haven't seen that movie in ages. I gotta rewatch that.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. It's a classic.
The
Yeah,
bleeps.
they're actually making the second
The
one.
sweeps. They're making a second one? Really?
Yeah, the search for more money.
It's like History of the World too. Jews in space.
The
I have a
bleeps.
bumper sticker on my car.
The sweeps.
Oh my
The-
God. It was nice when a movie's comedy could be one person's vision of comedy and not every joke being run through committee.
Mm-hmm.
I was so disappointed that History of the World Part 2 didn't come out.
I know.
I wanted to see that.
Yeah,
Eric, where can I buy Mighty Joint at?
I know it was a gag.
Where
But
can you
still.
buy what?
Where can I get Mighty Joint?
Mighty Joint?
Yeah. Brad, I need a favor.
If you want to go find Mighty Joint, we can do that. I have a guy.
I've never actually seen History of the World.
Ooh, you need to watch it.
Oh, it's hilarious.
I mean,
I need to watch it.
I've seen Naked Gun and a lot of the Zuckerberg movies. I've never actually seen History of the World.
No, it's better than Naked Gun.
You now have homework.
I doubt that. Naked Gun is
Oh,
I love the Naked Gun movies. The Naked Gun movies are so
they're
good.
good. But
This is your homework, man.
yeah, you got
Okay,
homework.
I'll legally obtain it.
Thank you.
Not.
Thank you for being
Be
a
here with
law-abiding
the,
citizen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you have
the Naked Gun movies have O.J. Simpson in them?
have you finished typing the note, Eric, or are you still
Oh,
working
it's
on
in your journal.
Oh, I thought
Oh,
you
there we
were
go.
typing it out. Oh, I was
Oh,
just
no,
waiting
I'm
here.
not typing it. It's been ready.
Oh, whoops. Where is it?
Should be the courier letter.
Courier letter. Am I blind?
In the journal?
Well, there's a lot of handouts.
Should be at the very top.
Oh, at the very top. There we go. Oh, it's from Stell. Yeah, she'll show this to the others.
Very well. Oh, let me go ahead and send it to everybody here. All right, here you guys go.
Interest in helping limit the fate incursions. Something else. Stell apparently is. It looks like her battle is not going well. She's asking if we know anyone who's interested in helping limit the Fey incursions into the material plane. Rose looks at the others and just says, "Do you know anyone who would be interested in stopping evil fairies?"
Testadinidae looks to the side and tries to mimic the mammalian behavior of the casual whistle, but as a tortoise, it just kind of comes out as...
Well, she's not asking for our help specifically. She's just saying if we know anyone who we could send her way. But then again, Stell was always pretty confrontation avoidant, I suppose. She was always very polite. She might be too nervous to ask us directly for help.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think we could help.
I mean, we could help, but yeah, she's asking if we know. I don't know anyone who's particularly all about fighting Fae, or evil Fae. Yeah, she just, yeah.
We could ping Amarazi, let her know that if this is something she's interested in.
Amarazi already knows about Shantara Grove. It's been a problem, but in the grand scheme of things, it's one of those problems that it's on the back burner. It's not one of the immediate problems that's happening, but from what we understand, it's sort of like the Shadowfell, except fairy and growing. Yeah.
I wonder if they just need like help for a week, or do they need, do they need 6 months worth of reinforcements, or what do they need?
It doesn't say. She just says, if we know anyone who's interested in helping limit the Fey incursions into the material plane, please let them know to watch the shadowy corners.
Oh man, wasn't there that little group that called themselves the Fey Watch or something running around being dumb?
That's when you hear, "And now you're gonna die." And you guys look over for the source of the voice, and you see a Minotaur grab a hold of a fairy, and as it grabs a hold of the fairy, it tears the wings off the fairy.
What, was it the fairy who just gave me the message, or no? It's a different
fairy. This one has wings and appears to be made of shadows. The Minotaur tears the wings off, looks around at other people in the area, and then proceeds to cram the fairy into his mouth, where he chomps down on it repeatedly, chewing the fairy.
So I know it was a shadow fairy.
I just saw the shadow because I remember Stell was getting stalked by those weird corner shadow things. Would I be able to tell that was similar to what was stalking Stell back when she was with her party?
Yes.
Testadinidae is going to yell over at the Minotaur, "Hey, no outside food or drink in the restaurant."
And he goes running off.
Sounds right, man.
Hold on. I will be right
For the
back.
record, I just had to include that scene because of the timing.
Should I go after him?
I'll let him. He seems like the kind of person who could help Stell out, or maybe he knows someone who can. I'll let him know. I'm faster than you. I'll be right back. And she will finish off her tea and run out of the restaurant after him, just to grab him by the shoulder and let him know that, hey, if you want to help Stell, do it.
Cool. We will gloss over that, and I will pass that along to them on Saturday.
Yeah.
I just had to do the link between Stell, you guys, and them.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't watched any of the. Do they only go after bad fairies, just out of curiosity, or is it all fairies?
You don't know.
Well, he seems to be good at fighting evil fairies, so. And Stell can. I'm pretty sure Stell could destroy them.
Do we know that was an evil fairy, though? Just because it was Shadow Fairy, do we know that it's evil? Did he break a law? Is there a law for that? I don't know. So I'm not going to worry about it.
Yeah, it's best not to worry about it. But,
I mean, you're a blue cloak, right?
Yeah, you should know.
You're not wrong, but I don't.
Like 15 minutes later, Rose comes back and just sits down. He said he'd pass the message along.
Well, I guess it's just a case of divine intervention.
Was he still eating the fairy, or was he done chewing?
I mean, it's not very big. It didn't take him that long.
So, I suggest that tonight we stay. I mean, we're going to have to stay in the city. Well, I guess we could use word of recall.
But then we have to teleport back.
We're going to teleport to what, South Cove?
Well, I don't know. I mean, first things first, I think Ricard needs to get a look at his dad or South Cove and decide if he wants to go there. So I think we do that first. And if in the middle of our visual excursion, he says, yeah, let's go, then I think we would teleport and go.
Oh,
if he says no, then
it's
we'll put it off.
We could gather some tradition, do some old-fashioned information gathering. Find the nearest bard and convert gold into information about what's going on in South Cove.
Yeah, we can do that.
It's not a bad idea.
I think Ricard wants visual confirmation of his dad, I guess, or what his dad's doing. I don't think a bard can help us with that, but maybe the background information, we can get that. And I think we have some more shopping we want to do tomorrow as well.
Yeah, we could probably just go to the consortium and ask if they have any information. But, I was thinking about this. Echo, quick question. How serious do you think that orc lady was about me marrying her?
I don't think she was very serious.
I don't think so either.
I mean, I think if you wanted to, you could force the issue and you could probably force the issue. But remember, it wasn't just you; it was all of us. She said she would marry anyone who completed the ritual, and we all did.
Yeah, she was talking to me though. Like she was looking at me when she said it. And so no, it's not that. I just don't want to end up back in Corlin. And her being like, hey, this little elf lover boy needs to come back.
Well,
she's probably found other suitors by now, and
she's an auction.
You probably weren't the only one she's made that offer to.
True, I just don't want. Listen, there's enough wanted posters of me around places. I don't need another one. That's all. I'm just slightly concerned.
I mean, I think it's extremely unlikely that she'll be in South Cove while we're there. I mean, last time we saw her, she was in Archival.
Yeah, I'm talking about if there's a wanted poster. Not like she's gonna be there. You know what I mean? Like,
if anyone tries to, kidnap you, we'll deal with it.
Please roll an insight check for a moment.
Insight.
Yeah. In all your travels, you've never seen a wanted poster for Aimer.
Sorry, Aimer, you're unwanted.
That's funny because there was a wanted poster for Rose. that little Khajiit bastard had. You still got to check in to see if that little.
Oh, this one? Not that one. This one.
Yes, that one.
No, it's not that one. It's this one.
Who's on first? But
not that one.
Aimer, that's actually a good point. Aimer, what wanted posters?
Listen. They're probably out there somewhere. I've done a lot of things in a lot of places.
That was every assassin. Like, doesn't mean there's a wanted poster for all of us. In fact,
Yeah.
Zoran seems to be quite low-key about, getting you.
He shows up in the weirdest places and does the weirdest things. Like, I don't even know what's up with that guy.
Exactly. Exactly. Wanted posters really aren't his style.
No, I mean, he just sent assassins out, which I'm also surprised he hasn't done. You know, he's... Who knows? Like, I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth there, you know?
Well, Amer, if it would make you feel better, we could go rent a printing press and make some wanted posters of you. I mean, it's not like anything prevents us from actually just making stuff up to spread your reputation.
All right. I'm a little jealous that Zafira had such a wanted bounty, and I've never had one that high.
Yeah, 250,000. It was 250,000 last I checked, which was...
I mean, I'm sure I've done way worse things than Zafira. How do I not have a bounty that high?
Because you get away with it.
Rose,
Narrator in the sky, that's besides the point.
Yeah. Rose just purses her lips and it just says, knock on wood, but I think she's actually got you beat now.
How?
I'm not sure yet. It's... No, it was just something her friends asked me to do. Hopefully they were successful in their task. I don't know yet.
Hopefully they drowned her and left her in a ditch.
No, they wanted me to scry on her. Before we went into Shalosh, I did, and things weren't looking good.
Oh, okay, I'm not against that.
So I think she's actually got you beat. If they weren't able to stop her.
I just want the player of Saphira to know I appreciate you just because my character doesn't like yours. please note.
But, right. Well, there are several things we can do. I mean, well, first, I suppose we have to pay our bill.
Well, I think first we need the dessert menu.
Giancarlo comes out.
Agreed.
Did someone say dessert? Absolutely.
Yes, we did.
What would you like? We beg for you.
What do you have in cheesecakes?
Cheesecake. We have a tiramisu and we have a plain with various sauces, of course.
I'd love the plain with a strawberry sauce.
Strawberries, Ava! Let us proceed. And you hear, "Yes, chef," from the other room.
I think Echo says that he wants the terrible soup.
Okay.
Did he say terrible soup?
He said the terrible soup. Yeah.
The terrible Sue. Goodness gracious. A Tyrannosaurus Rex appears. Sorry, that's a paleontology joke. Sorry. For those who don't know that, the largest Tyrannosaurus skull in the world is named Sue.
Sue, yeah. Rose will just put down a silver piece for the tea, which I think is kind of overpaying, but whatever. It's a nice restaurant. They overcharge. And she just says, well, while you guys are doing that, I'm going to quickly visit the docks and see if I can't find any traders from South Cove. The idea about, asking people about what's going on there is actually a pretty good one.
There's a bar on the docks.
The Knoll?
Talk to him.
There's also the harbor master, the guy with those mechanical limbs.
The Knoll has better information.
Did you say bar? There's a bar down there?
Yes.
We've been there.
Brennan stands up.
So how about this? Once we finish our dessert, we'll each go do our own little thing and try and see what information we can gather. For example, I'm going to go down to the Cartographers Guild and see if I can get a really good map of South Cove.
Amber says, can I have a glass of your highest quality port for dessert?
They will provide.
Yeah.
He puts his feet up on the table and sips on it.
Okay.
Well, I'll go find information in my way as well. You don't need to worry about where I'm going, though.
All right.
Don't go to that. Amber, if you go to that back alley again, I swear.
Where are we going to meet up? Are we going back to the Pinnacle tonight, or are we going to stay in town?
Oh, let's. You know what? As nice as the Pinnacle is, I think there's probably some very fancy hotels here, and I would appreciate a nice, luxurious, soft bed. How about the rest of you?
Yeah. The beds there aren't the most soft, but yeah, a bed here would be great.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind staying here tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, the consortium.
What-
I mean, we could just meet back up at the consortium. That's a good landmark.
Okay. So we'll meet up there the evening, and we'll arrange for hotel stays.
Yep.
Ricard looks at Rose with a disappointed look on his face. He's like, "You're skipping dessert though?"
She smiles at him and picks up the chocolate that I'm sure has gotten cold by now and eats it.
It is delicious. As you bite into it, it has a blueberry center to it, and you haven't tasted this flavor since you were a child, before Bourbon was sacked.
What? Like, well, I'm trying to think what could it possibly be.
It's a little bonbon, and that's it.
No, well, I'm just what's the flavor that she hasn't
It's
tasted?
blueberry. It's a blueberry inside of a chocolate.
Yeah.
And it's been turned into a little mousse. It's
Oh,
delicious.
okay. Oh. She eats it. Not bad. But she hands him because she gave me 2, right?
Right.
Yeah. She tosses the other one to Rickard.
Okay.
Yeah,
Rickard
and then
takes and like breaks this tiny little chocolate in half and gives half to Monty and eats the other half. Like, I'll join you on the docks. I want to see what the information.
well, yeah, it just seems like a trader who's been to South Code would have the most relevant information up to date.
Okay. So, your bat loves the chocolate, for the record. He's going to try to get the whole piece that you were given.
I wrestle it away.
Okay.
I mean, if
No,
you've seen
Monty, this
bats
one's mine.
being fed fruit, they are adorable.
Yeah, they are. We also lost Rose.
We
It's
lost
like
Sue
Discord.
He'll be back as soon as we can. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and see. Right back.
Hello?
Alright, so we had
Yeah, we can hear you.
Tester
Okay, sorry.
Day was going to go find an inn, correct?
Well, find an inn together. Testadinity suggests that we each go do our own thing, just for like
Gotcha.
a real quick, like, what are you doing to gather information
Sure.
on South Cove?
Awesome. Cool. So we're going to run through these. Aimer. I'm going to go across my screen right to left. So, Aimer, what are you doing to collect information about South Cove? Oh,
He's on the phone right now.
Ricard, what are you doing to collect information about South Cove?
Following Rose to the docks.
Awesome. Rose, we'll get to you here
Yeah.
in a moment. Echo, what are you doing to collect information about South Cove? Or this evening, what are you doing?
I don't think he is. I think
Okay.
he's probably going to head straight to the consortium. He doesn't, he didn't want to follow. He wanted to follow Rose to the docks, but he thinks too big a crowd is probably too suspicious.
Awesome.
So he can't go with Aimer. So yeah, I think he's just going to head to the consortium.
Cool. Tester Dinner Day, you are in a strange town you've been to once. Where are you going?
The Cartographers Guild, if the town has one.
Okay. Well, you're going to find, as you talk to various people asking for a Cartographers Guild, you'll be directed over to a shop that has a series of beautiful red tulips out front.
Wait, if it's Mr. Verms, we were there yesterday.
Yes, you've been to Mr. Verm's shop.
Yeah. It was the one with the death tulips in front of it.
Yes.
Carefully avoid the tulips and head on in.
Okay.
Yeah, don't want to tiptoe through those tulips. No, sir.
As you walk in, hello, sir. Welcome once again.
Oh, bear in mind, Testadinity is a turtle. He doesn't even have 2 lips.
Yep.
Yes, I'm just looking to procure a map of South Cove, something recent that might show its structures and such.
Oh, you don't know.
That's a bit ominous. Don't keep me hanging.
South Cove was annihilated by the voice of Mosaba that was released recently. The entire city has been thrown into ruins and disarray. If they have rebuilt, no one has a map yet.
Well, some outdated information is better than none. What do you have? After all, since it's outdated, can't be that valuable.
Yeah, of course not. And he will provide you with a very rudimentary map of South Cove. And it is a variety of points, but the ones on his map that are of interest are Regan Fang's Castle, and I'll put that in chat here. Regan Fang's Castle. The other places that would be in South Cove of note are the Grand Bazaar, Grand Bazaar, the Bitter Empress Bar, and there is a note on his map that says, bad place to stay, good place for cover.
Well, it's useful to know what was, as a good foundation to know what is and how it could be. Nice doing business with you.
Yeah, there's one other place that is on there, and if it's still standing, you may visit the Omnipharmacon.
Yeah, that sounds like the D&D's equivalent of Umbrella Corporation.
He smiles. You're not far off.
Well, thank you very much. Any suggestions for a nice fancy hotel, something full service in the city?
Full service? Well, the only full service hotel in the city, as far as for the public, would be the Fine Fiddle, run by Miss Soul.
Very good. Thank you very much. I'll let her know you sent us.
I'd rather you didn't.
So noted. And Testadene will turtle shuffle out of there.
Okay. All right. You leave. And then we go and check in with Sweet August Rose, who was going to the docks, correct?
Yes. She's just gonna try to find that harbor master with the steam limbs.
Sure. So, as you look for Zrad the Maker, he is not hard to find. After all, he's quite the imposing figure. And he is clunking his way around the docks. Oh, you're in the way, but what can I do for you?
Are there any ships here from South Cove?
South Cove? No. No, there's a couple ships that are thinking of going. Heard that there's that one over there, the one they're repainting the name on right now. They say they're going to South Cove.
She'll look over at the ship.
It's a Josephite vessel.
Oh, it must have been captured during the recent raid. They're going to South Cove?
That's what the fools say. I wouldn't go. Hell no.
Well, that's what my companion was saying. Apparently, it's a real hive of scum and villainy.
Oh, no. Hive of scum and villainy would be a compliment. A warren, a den of iniquity. There you go.
I was really hoping there'd be a trader or someone who'd been there recently we could talk to. Anyone on the itinerary who's been there recently?
Let me think. The last guy that went there that I'm aware of was a heron god. And I don't know if he's in town at the moment. He kind of disappeared a couple months back. But he said that the place was being destroyed by a giant hand that extended hundreds of feet into the air. Going a little crazy, if you ask me.
You said it was destroyed?
Yeah, well, they say that the voice of Mosaba, the old voice of Mosaba, came alive and decided to claim the city as its own. I'm not big in the gods, but if someone says that its big giant arm is reaching out and destroying buildings and squashing people and tearing things apart with ancient magics, I tend to steer clear.
That's why they didn't answer yet. Like Rose is actually, she has her she's pinching the bridge of her nose as she just is just massaging it because that is really, really, really bad news. Well, there goes that plan. Presumably they're dead. Well, Rickard, it looks like your ancestral home was obliterated. Sorry about that.
Rickard's got like just a blank face and like 1,000-yard stare. He's just like staring down at the docks here. He like doesn't even hear you.
So, right. Well, that's a situation that just got bumped up the priority list. That we cannot abide the voice of Masaba running around causing havoc. Okay, yeah, we gotta tell the others about this. Come on, let's go. Thank you, Dockmaster.
It's rad. And anytime. I'd shake your
Thank
hand,
you.
but I don't feel like removing your arm.
Well, she just holds out her left hand.
He looks at you. I meant what I said. And he flexes the other arm, and it's big muscles. And he will walk off with a smile.
But yeah, she just says, come on, we gotta let the others know about this. I am sorry, by the way, but if it's any consolation, the city probably wasn't the same one that you remember.
Rickard just kind of like, it's a little half smiling. He's like, yeah, you're probably right.
Change is inevitable, but yeah, sometimes some change is a little more sudden and abrupt than others.
Amber went to the brothel, by the way. Eric.
Open Lotus? Awesome.
Yep.
Who are you contracting with at the Open Lotus?
Brandy
Bertha? Or are you more on the finer tastes?
Amer's definitely on a finer taste evening,
Okay. Fine Philomena is there, and she will be very delicate with you tonight.
And then Amer will also try to see if she has any information from anyone in South Cove, but he's only very minimally trying because he went to the brothel,
Right.
Yeah. Amer's like, so, what do you know about the South Cove? She reaches down and says, I'll take good care of your South Cove.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
For the record, she would not know anything because the brothel here in Nausea does not tend to get a lot of action, thanks to most of the adventuring parties being fairly moral.
Look, it's not moral, it's just I have high standards, okay?
Oh, there are high standards in there.
Nope,
But-
not high enough for me.
Not high enough? Okay for you. Snooty is your taste. Got it.
Yep.
That's more Amer's like, yeah, he's enjoying his evening as opposed to for his research.
Okay.
Well, I've got planar binding if you ever need a succubus.
He has one on call.
Yeah, he does. All right. So,
Just
Amer
turning
has...
D&D into interspecies reviewers.
No. We go to Amer. He's going to have his nice, comfortable bed with companionship for the night. So you'll be well pampered. It involves a full foot massage, the mani-pedi, the hair brushing, the scalp massage, everything.
For the low price of
2 gold?
2 gold pieces. All right. So that's Amer's night.
Yeah,
He'll come back very happy with no pertinent information for anyone and not care.
of course. Ricard, Sweet August Rose, where are you guys going?
Well, she said they'd meet at the
Consortium.
at the consortium, so she's heading there. As she's walking, she's just watching Rickard, just to see if he is like, she just asked him, "Do you want to talk about it?"
No, but I appreciate it.
No, when you're ready, just let me know. And she just keeps walking, striding forward towards the consortium and to wait for the others.
Okay. Are you going to go inside?
Yeah, she'll go inside.
Awesome. We'll go ahead and gloss over that for the moment. Echo, where are you? Are you with Swears and Rickard, or did you go off by your own?
No, I think Echo is at the consortium. He's probably sitting there.
Awesome.
Yeah, probably eating some type of appetizer of quail eggs or something. I don't know.
And then we pan over. Good.
He's drawing and writing in some papers. He's scheming.
You just ate a giant bowl of pasta.
He's a bottomless pit since he just came back to life. And then the camera pans over as we've left Brennan alone for a little bit. Brennan?
Yeah, well, the last thing that Brennan heard was there's a bar in the cove, so he stood up, but then everybody left. So he just sat back down and started ordering more drinks. So he stayed at the restaurant, at the table, and just kept drinking.
And just got drunk.
To the point, to the point to where he started verbalizing how upset he was at the portions and how they give you all these damn noodles. There's no meat. How he could just go outside this town a few miles, take down a deer, skin it, gut it, and be able to feed everybody at the next table, including himself, for half the price.
Giancarlo will be offended by this and will bring you entire steaks.
And Brennan's going to eat it begrudgingly. Yeah, he'll eat it.
I understand.
Yeah. It's going to be a total shit show disaster. Right. But yeah, he'll sit there and keep drinking and keep eating and until he probably throws up or something and then leaves.
Throwing up on the table?
Yeah, most likely. If it's after all, a steak. Yeah.
Sounds like a mistake.
Yeah, and then you have to find the consortium.
While drunk.
So he's probably gonna have to ask some people where to go. I think,
sure.
To get there.
They're gonna look at you, and the blue cloaks will guide you to the consortium because that's where drunks like you belong.
Oh yeah, well, and Brennan doesn't like that. He doesn't like any authority figure, so he's gonna be complaining the whole time about the pasta, about the guy in the docks who doesn't have a body, about the blue cloaks. Why is his cloak so blue? Just everything.
All right, Felicia. All right. So they will deliver you to the consortium. Testudinidae, you have been given the information that the rest of the party was going to the consortium, but the only full-service hotel in town is the Fine Fiddle. Where would you like to go?
You will go to meet up with everyone at the consortium and then suggest we go get some rooms at the Fine Fiddle.
Awesome. Cool. So as you guys go into the consortium, we're going to pick up there. And you guys jump into the consortium. And as you do so, you are met by Brad. He runs up. Hi, welcome back. Is there anything I can get for you guys? We got ice cream tonight. Anyone want ice cream? We got ice cream sundaes, ice cream sandwiches, ice cream cones. No?
We just ate. Thank you, Brad.
Of course. All right. Drinks? Midnight snacks? Anything?
We're fine. Thank you.
He looks at you guys disappointed. And we'll leave a little cup of breadsticks on the table.
That might be a first for Brad.
Careful, you just left a pile of weapons for Ricard.
It's true.
Oh yeah. Put those in your pocket. You can probably use those later.
Right.
Unfortunately,
Ricard, if you would like to add 6 hard 1980s breadsticks with the rock salt on them, you may do so to your character sheet.
Perfect.
Ricard's like really just like 1,000 yards staring right now, kind of lost in thought, and Monty will kind of hop down on the table and just like grab a hold of the breadsticks and start dragging them over to Ricard.
Starts
he's
doing
trying to
like
slip,
Sue
trying to slip them
Rosa.
into Ricard's
Yeah,
pocket.
he's traumatized.
Yeah,
So
Tenzin is going to spot Ricard, and he's going to walk up and just give him a bit of a evaluation.
yeah,
There's some mental trauma going on.
yeah. It turns out.
Hey, Ricard, I guess you heard the news.
Ricard looks up at you, just kind of nods. Yeah, I didn't know. I just thought it was going to be there.
Well, hey, a place is its people, and if the people got out, then they can come back.
Yeah, Rose winces at that. Well, unfortunately, it seems it happened fairly recently. Yeah, she turns to Echo, Aimer, and is Aimer here? I don't even know.
Aimer is not here.
Yeah,
You
he's
don't see Aimer. He's
yeah,
the
he's
one missing.
yeah. So she turns to Echo and Brennan and just says, "Well, apparently, South Cove, the ritual to summon the voice of Masaba occurred, and she's back, and South Cove was the epicenter of that ritual."
But it seems like the sort of place that could use our aid.
Well, I mean, it's not about helping them. It's a little too late to help them. It's about preventing the spread of the voice of Masaba. Like, I know there was a powerful adventuring party that was attempting to stop that, and apparently they failed. And I don't know of anyone else who can even approach that place. So yes, it is a matter of some urgency. We have to go there and do our best to, if not stop it, at least mitigate the disaster.
The player's a bit out of the loop. What is Voice of Mosaba?
The voice of Masaba. The Masaba is the blood god, the god of vampires, goddess of vampires and revenge and other nasty things. And the voice is basically her avatar, like returning to Toivoa to do her bidding. Kind of apocalyptic. She's not really big on that. You could probably roll a religion check since you're a cleric. This is your wheelhouse. You would probably know something about it.
Let's see if I do.
Okay. With a 21, the voice of Mosaba is exactly what he said. One of the avatars, and specifically the evangelist portion of a blood god that arrives on Toivoa in order to spread her will far and wide. The references that you were provided with, and I will just correct Sweet August Rose, were that the old voice had manifested and that it was running rampant on South Cove. If the old voice of Mosaba is back, it's due to someone having either performed a ritual or having breached the inner sanctum of the temple in South Cove. This is a bad thing. However, you don't see how it necessarily associates with your party's purpose, and it's not what the Haven sent you to do.
Eric is like,
I'm fairly sure the Haven sent me to keep Aimer and Brennan out of trouble.
yeah, Eric is just like, it's not your problem.
Right, exactly.
It's don't steal the train wreck's job.
There's
I'm
a
not
loading
saying
screen.
that,
There is a pay to play a loading screen between where you are and South Cove.
No, what I'm saying is that there is some incorrect perceptions on Sweet August Rose's part,
right.
because she took the facts based off of what she knows and what she was told.
Yeah.
Not actual facts. As far as what Testudinidae knows, with the 21 religion, what she has described, if what she described is accurate, the end of the world is nigh.
Well, that certainly puts a damper on the evening.
Yes. It's a shame too, because if Saphira's crew is dead, I really could have used their help. It explains why the letter wasn't able to fly earlier this morning. Like I said, I think we should attack South Cove. I mean, at the very least, we can try to weaken the voice to prevent it from spreading any faster. I mean,
do we want to go get that giant sphere of annihilation and smash it into South Cove?
I don't think we can move it fast enough. Wouldn't it take months to travel from Shalosh all the way across Reston into South Cove? It would take forever.
Could we use a wish to teleport it?
I don't know anything about magic. Out of character, I don't think Echo's willing to risk losing his wish forever to do that.
So
it is technically an item.
yeah. Oh, that's right. It is an item, isn't it? But it's not small enough. Yeah, but it's not small enough.
Also, I feel just teleporting a half-mile wide sphere of annihilation into the city is anticlimactic and not fun, so I vote against that.
Yeah, I mean,
It's just not going to succeed. It's going to cause some other shenanigans to happen.
No,
but I'm not sure how that helps anybody.
Yeah, it doesn't really. Yeah, it doesn't
we're
really
trying to help. Oh, okay. Let's get on the same page.
Attack once. I mean, are we gonna?
That I present an option does not mean I am advocating for the option.
Yeah.
Well, Rickard, it is your home city. What do you? I mean, you haven't said much.
I say we stick to, if he's up to it, stick to the plan we talked about. See if we can scry on his dad, and if that's not possible, then we scry on the city, and then maybe teleport there. And
In the
look for
morning?
his dad, or look for clues. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look for clues.
Instead of teleporting to South Cove, I would suggest that we teleport to something a moderate distance away and make our way in on foot. We don't want to be teleporting into what might be a disaster situation.
Yeah, we need to know of a landmark outside.
Well, what's North Cove?
It's the ocean. Well, right. I guess we just wait until the eye recharges, and then in the first thing in the morning, we try to see what's going on. We try to get more information.
Now, if we scry to his dad, and view his dad, we could try to teleport there. I don't know if we want to teleport straight to where his dad is, depending on what his dad's doing. We may want to. I don't know. Okay, so we've got options.
Well,
yeah,
Ricard just suddenly kind of looks up and he looks over at Echo and he's like, when did you say you can scry?
Tomorrow morning, sunrise.
Yeah. He's just kind of like nodding. It's like, I'm gonna need a few minutes, and he just kind of gets up from the table and walks away.
Yeah, I do wonder if Ricard has been moved forward in time, 1,000 years now? What is his dad that he thinks his father would still be alive?
Well, I think he's just going by what Amorosi said. Amorosi said he would get his revenge. I mean, that presumes it's hard to get revenge on a dead person, though I guess it is possible if you're being metaphorical about it.
Yeah, I mean, he's the one that was looking for his father. I guess he has reason to believe his father's still around, or maybe he just is hoping, right? I don't know.
Certainly a difficult position to be in, but
yeah, but we can't do anything tonight. I mean, I'm almost tapped out, really.
understandable.
Well, I did get a recommendation for a hotel. The was it the Maiden's Kiss? What was the name?
Fine Fiddle.
The Fine.
Not
Fiddle.
even close.
Maiden's Kiss and something else.
That's where Amer's at.
No, Amer's at the Open Lotus. The Maiden's Kiss is what's going on inside the Open Lotus.
Oh, right.
No, they ain't
I
no
don't think
maiden.
that's a maiden.
Yeah.
We never said
Yeah,
that.
nobody
we
in
faded
there
to
can
black
ride
on
my
Amer.
unicorn.
We never faded to black on Amer. Just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, fine fiddle, fiddle me.
All right. You guys go ahead. I need to post some signs first. I'll meet you up. I'll meet with you guys in a few hours. This doesn't really have to be handled immediately, Eric. She's just gonna go around town putting up some signs saying, putting up a 5,000 gold reward and a possible favor from her to the person who finds Farboiler and Jimmy and puts them back to work.
5,000 gold reward. Very well.
Yeah.
We'll put that out there.
Yeah. So she'll. I don't know if the consortium allows outside people to post requests. Okay. Like I don't know. Do they take a commission or something?
Yes, they
or
do.
okay.
So you can just lie and say Emer said it. He's part of the consortium. Rose would know that.
No, most of the jobs that the consortium does are actually for non-consortium members. That's how they make their money.
Yeah. What's the commission rate?
5%.
Okay, so 5%. So that's 500. No,
250.
250. I
Yeah.
can't do math. Yeah. So
You
she'll.
listed it 5,000. They take theirs off the top. It's all good.
Well, she wants it to be 5,000 flat. So
Okay.
250 on top of that.
Cool.
So yeah, she'll. Do I have to give them like a retainer for that gold, or
Yeah, you're
okay.
going to pay them the 5,000 gold.
5,000.
And then go ahead and send it over.
5,250.
The old
And-
escrow.
So I'm removing that from my sheet. All right. And yeah, and the favorite thing is intangible. So yeah, I'll write out the notice for you later if you ever like if you want to post
Appreciate
it. Yeah. But yeah, she's gonna put one in the consortium and a couple in other like posted
Sure.
places around town, just to spread the
Not a
word.
problem.
And she'll just it's in her calligraphy like writing. They're gonna be in Elvish, which might be a problem, but so yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, she's just putting up several signs around town. It shouldn't take her too long, and then she's gonna go to the open fiddle.
The fine fiddle.
I know. I'm just
know.
being
You guys are just being yourselves.
wild and crazy guys. Yeah.
As you guys come to the fine fiddle, it is a very pretty establishment. Obviously got a woman's touch. The outside has hand-carved whorls and designs featuring a variety of fey creatures and religious objects. It's pretty. Going inside, you find that behind the greeting desk there is a woman with platinum blonde hair and pale blue eyes.
I feel like I've met this person before.
Welcome,
Yeah,
gentlemen. Ladies?
Oh no, Rose never came inside. She basically she's not gonna pay for a room.
No?
She's gonna just teleport to the roof and just meditate out there
Okay.
beneath the stars because she's a monk
Mm-hmm.
and a cheapskate. So she's and is Rickard with us or is he still like wandering around in a daze?
I was gonna check on that.
Yeah, after he got up from the table and walked away, he's gonna try to get Brad's attention once he's away from the party.
Okay, you're gonna try to get a hold of Brad's attention. Let's go back to there. This is gonna be good.
Hey, that's new art.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. That's the same character, but that's a different instrument.
That is the same art that I had 3.5
The
years
original.
ago.
The original.
That's the original art.
When she slapped Emer the other day? Or the other day, I mean like a year ago?
Yeah.
I think I only saw her from like the bus. I don't think I ever saw the
Right.
instrument. Maybe that's what it was. Okay,
That's
that's
what it
crazy that I played with her for 2 years and never saw the instrument.
Yeah. All right. So you come up to Brad, Ricard.
Excuse me, sir. I
Yes,
was
sir. What can I
wondering,
do for you?
do you know of any scrying services within the city?
Scrying services. He looks really nervous at this. Yeah.
Oh. Where was that?
Yeah.
Discord just dropped out for me there for a second.
Me too. That was weird.
That's weird.
Same.
Okay. Odd. Can you hear me now?
Glitch in
Though?
the Matrix.
Yeah, I can hear you, Eric.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, I do.
I haven't seen my mom in a long time, and I need to see how she's doing.
Okay, if you really want. Go on upstairs, last door on the left. He
Thank you,
looks
sir.
a little scared at this. Are you sure you want to do this, sir? It's not pleasant.
He's already walking towards the stairs.
Negative
He's
wisdom.
going to follow with you. You really don't want to do this, sir.
He's walking towards the door up
All
the
right.
stairs.
He drops back. I tried to warn him. All right. So you go up the stairs. At the top of the stairs, there's a Minotaur seated next to a small desk. His knees are up near his shoulders. He looks up at you. Hey there, partner. What can I do for you?
I was told to go to the last door on the left, I think it was, up here for...
Oh, yeah, last door on the left. Leslie's place. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
She's in there. Do you have an appointment?
No, walk in.
Okay. Your funeral.
Ricard nods and walks down the hall.
Okay. You walk down the hall. As you come to the last door on the left, it is open.
Ricard walks in.
You feel a chill as you do so, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw of a DC 20. As you see the woman
That's not
behind the
happening.
desk. It's not going to happen?
Funny thing is, she's going easy on you. I've seen that save go up to like 30. Yeah.
Aimer didn't get a chance to resist.
You have been seduced by the Minotaur.
So, Ricard, as you walk in, for just a moment you can see her face, and then the wards on this room wash over you, and your eyes are then locked between her shoulders and her navel. Can I help you, gentlemen?
Monty kind of like scurries back into the back of Ricard's hair and hides himself. Ricard's like, I heard I could get scrying surfaces up here.
Yes, for a small price. I didn't catch your name.
Of your soul.
Ricard von Karth.
Really?
You recognize the name?
I do. And she dismisses the wards. You are free to look around.
What?
Hi, what a beauty you are.
Thank you, Lord Von Karth.
Listen, if you're familiar with my name, and you're
I am.
familiar with what has recently happened, just looking to check in with my mom.
With Lady Von Karth? Are you certain, my lord?
He kind of hesitates for a second, but then nods his head. Yeah.
Very well. And she will clear off her desk quickly. And as she does so, she produces a gem on a very fine silver chain. We seek Lady Von Karth. And the desk begins to glow, just the surface of it. The room around you grows dark, and you hear the click of the door behind you close. You can feel the darkness crawl up your legs towards your chest, and you can feel the coldness drawing around you, almost like a warm hug, but in inverse. The coldness is comforting and familiar. Let us see. Lady Von Karth. And the scrying enacts. And for a moment, it takes a second for you to realize what's going on as the light is so bright. As you see your mother walking among the various plant life outside of the Karth estate. She reaches down and picks up a cactus the spines of the cactus not piercing her skin, she looks at it and repositions it into what she deems to be a better position. She looks over at a couple of people walking by and smiles. Obviously, they're servants of some kind, but you don't recognize them. They're far too young. Lady Von Karth smiles. As they pass, they admire the beauty of the plant life and move on. After a couple moments, another couple come in escorting a blindfolded person, probably late teens, very attractive. The blindfolded person has no idea where they're going and seems to be going along with the escort. Your mother smiles and directs the people with her hands silently towards the house itself. The two escorts nod and bow as they do so without touching the blindfolded person as they do so in order to not indicate that they are bowing. They escort the blindfolded person into the house. Lady Von Karth then wipes her hands on her cloak, looks around. Well, I suppose it's time for dinner. And she will stride from the garden towards the house. As she does so, she turns and looks over her shoulder right at where the scrying orb is and scans as she thinks she heard something. Strange. Is someone there?
Mom?
Is someone there? And she will
you hear me?
cast Detect Magic as a spell. The scrying orb, the table, both radiate light. Leslie speaks up to you. Do you wish to end the spell?
Can she hear me?
No.
End it.
The spell ends, and you guys find yourselves back in the consortium in Leslie's office as the room begins to lighten.
Now, you heard what I've heard of South Cove, right? The destruction?
I heard that it was attacked. Yes, my lord.
That didn't look like a place that had been attacked.
Indeed. From what I understand from the reports that I've received, my lord, it was that a party of individuals released the old voice from the temple. It caused an assault upon the town, and certain loyalists to Mosaba were spared, their structures unharmed, and anyone who bent the knee was saved and protected by the old voice. Those who rebelled or resisted fell where they stood, their bodies boiling from the blood within, erupting across the streets, horrific and beautiful in their destruction.
Ricard just has like an incredulous look on his face, and he's just looking down, and he kind of glances up at the lady and says, "Leslie, was it?"
Indeed, my lord. She bows her head.
"Thank you for your services." He starts walking out of the room.
My lord, whenever I can
Yeah?
be of service to the family Von Karth, I am at your disposal.
He gives a nod and continues walking out.
As you walk out
Well, if you want to make an error, you've got an opportunity.
The lady in the room, the camera lingers on her. As she hears your footsteps go down the hall, she breathes a sigh of relief, sits down in the chair, wipes her forehead, and then reaches into the desk for a dagger that she puts on her hip. Well, he's alive. And then we go ahead and you're able to go back downstairs.
Yeah, I think Ricard is going to wander the streets and find whatever dive bar he can and get absolutely shit-faced.
Okay, cool. You'll find your way to the Broken Jackal, the Shattered Jackal, sorry. The Shattered Jackal is the name of the place. And Kanan Bloodtooth is the bartender at the Shattered Jackal. Let me grab Kanan real quick here, because he's kind of a fun guy that we don't get to see very often. So, grabbing Kanan.
Can't understand a word he says.
Can't understand a word that Kanan says. Why?
Because it really sucks to play as Kanan, you know. So, what can I do for you, sir? You just want more drink?
Shot of your hardest liquor, keep it coming.
Sure, that's the reused ale. No sweat.
And he will keep serving you the sourest, bitterest, worst, most alcoholic beverage he can. And you will get absolutely drunk. Congratulations, you are wasted.
Mission accomplished.
All right. So, as you fall unconscious here at the bar, they will leave you to your table, and you will lose 20 gold as someone picks your pocket.
Sure.
All right. The rest of you get your long rests. Everybody gets your long rests. Aimer, you are well rested, and you gain inspiration.
Woo!
I'll go ahead and take a point of exhaustion.
Okay, very well. That's up to you.
I don't think you rested very well.
No.
And even if he did rest very well, he's not going to wake up feeling good, so.
No, he's got a hangover. He did not eat well last night.
And Aimer, add 20 gold to your inventory.
It wasn't him.
Yeah,
Nice.
no, I was in the brothel.
Aimer has been very busy enjoying things. And Aimer, I do need to ask, just because, did we fade to black, or did you simply receive services that were non-intimate?
We're gonna roll 1d2 here, depending on how Aimer was feeling, because it's hard to say with him.
Right.
1, we faded to black. 2, he just had a very good time.
Okay.
He's had a very good time.
Cool.
Apparently, he wasn't feeling it.
Yeah. And the Open Lotus is known for their varied services and, a full body massage and everything. Just does
Body massage.
Yeah.
With the mani-pedi,
Mani-pedi, a little bit of a haircut, pluck the eyebrows, whole 9 yards.
Yeah, when you guys see Aimer in the morning, he looks fabulous.
Mm-hmm. Hair's conditioned. He's got himself all perfumed up. Aimer, you have not felt this clean in months. Probably since the start of the adventure.
Probably.
Well, I think at one point they did slap him with the cleansing stone.
Yes, which
It's
means
the same,
you're clean. But he doesn't feel this good since then.
Probably. So last time we were at B&G's, probably.
Yeah, probably. Actually, I don't
Yeah.
think Philomena is that much better than B's and G's.
I think that's probably the last time you really felt close to, around this clean,
Yeah. Well,
He did
clean
spend quite a...
and pampered. Yeah.
Yes.
There's a difference between clean and pampered. You get clean with the garden hose. You get pampered beyond that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
All
it's like in Korea when I was military base, they would cut your hair and do your nails just as part of the service.
Yep.
Yeah.
And soldiers' nails are not something that are easy to maintain.
No. The place I go to does my beard, which I really appreciate.
I need to find a place here.
Yep. Great clips.
I missed my place. Oh, I need to do that when I'm in Portland. Ooh, okay.
Yep. All right. It sounds like you're making plans and you're super excited. All right, so you guys wake up the next morning. Where are we going to meet up? What are we going to do?
I was AFK for a moment. It's like there would have been a very bright flash of light from Tested Identity's room, as he is going to gate in his Coatl buddy.
Okay. Cool. For 1 minute? Oh, you're actually casting gate.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're going to have a Coatl in Nausha. All right. Cool.
Yeah, and you could tell that Tessidente is a bit tired, and there is a small lizard perched on top of his head, as Tessidente finally got to have a nice long conversation with his buddy without having to maintain concentration, which, let's face it, is not a pleasant experience.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
So Tessidente has a bit of a wiggle in his tail. He seems really happy, if a bit sleep deprived.
Cool.
Emer feels that because he's also very happy. He's like whistling, kind of come back in, trotting.
Okay.
He looks like all of his clothes are even brand new.
Yep.
Like he is spotless.
And that did include the diamond worth 5,000 gold, right?
Yes, he still wears that as his bling.
No, for Tessidenti's gate.
It doesn't consume it.
Yes.
Okay, doesn't consume it. Okay. All
But
good.
yeah, no, he actually has a diamond worth 5,000 gold because Emer gave him one.
Yep. Cool. Awesome. So, what would you guys like to do this next morning?
Well, yeah, Rose, hops off the roof once the others come outside and just says, well, we need Rickard. He didn't come back.
And you have no idea where he is.
Where'd he go?
I can guess. He was pretty upset.
Yeah.
I just got back. Sorry, guys.
We're looking for.
Yeah, well, we're gonna. Yeah,
I was gonna say that he last thing I heard was meet at the consorption. So as soon as he's capable of moving his body again, he'll make his way to the consortium and just kind of sit out in front of it, waiting.
I think the consortium is from here to the one-eyed jackal it's on the way, so we'd see him sitting in a puddle of his own vomit.
Yeah, you can find him. He is exhausted.
So, Rickard,
Good morning.
Are you ready to scry on your father?
Funny story. I found a way to scry last night. Wanted to check in on my mom. And yeah, I think we should go to South Cove. I don't know if it's going to be a pleasant family reunion though.
Is she alive?
She is, yeah.
Well, congratulations.
I don't know if congratulations are in order yet. Based on what I saw and who I talked to about it, I think she might be in league with this Mosaba that you guys are mentioning.
Emer whistles. It's like, I can't actually whistle, but Emer whistles.
Put your lips together.
Yeah, Masaba is the goddess of blood, revenge, and vampires, so, I mean, it's possible. We've met a lot of Masaba worshippers, but wouldn't your mother be, 2,000 years old?
Well, yeah, she would.
Emer
Thing is,
pats you on the shoulder and goes, well, about that. Good luck. And drinks his coffee.
How does this work with it? So, vampires are undead, or how does it work with this character though? Because he's not like a vampire, but I'm asking because we're starting to get little bits and pieces about his mother being thousands of years old, and one of Brennan's favored enemies is undead. I'm wondering if he's picking up anything.
You would detect hints of undeath around Ricard, but he's not actually undead himself. Right. As far as the information that you've been provided, your spider sense, for the lack of a better term, would absolutely be going off of something fishy's going on here. Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay.
Yeah, and the group hasn't this hasn't been explained to us yet, right? Okay. So at the 2,000-year-old thing in the name are saying have fun with that. Brendan's gonna say, I know how you feel multiple ways. First of all, I know how you feel right now, waking up on the street. But also, I understand the family perspective too. I think we gave you a quick rundown, but I too had to search for my father, and when I found him, it wasn't exactly what I wanted it to be. And you could say that the village where I was from too had changed negatively, drastically as well. So I understand that. What I'm failing to understand, though, is how this god of blood and vampires is related to your mother, who's 2,000 years old. Unless I do understand what you're trying to say, if that makes sense.
Well, for the first time since you saw him this morning, Ricard gives a little smile, and Monty kind of like crawls out onto his shoulder, and then they both look at each other, and then they look at you. They both give a toothy grin, show off the fangs, and like, Brennan, you've got a keen eye.
Yeah, and this wouldn't shock Brennan at all. He's seen lots of vampires and
we fought several vampires, like
right.
Too crazy.
Do we know of benevolent vampire or vampire?
No, or one that could be.
I'm asking Eric if there's a precedent for this that we would be aware of.
That
maybe
you're
it's a
aware
franchise.
of? No. And I have to word it that way.
I mean, what about legend? What about legend or lore? Or
if you have legend lore, we can totally use legend lore. Do you have legend lore as a spell?
Yes and no.
In a fashion.
Do you want to use a wish on this?
No,
Echo Rex?
No, I don't. No, I just.
I mean, if we wait a day, I
have.
have that as a regular spell.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but Rose will just look back and forth as all this is happening and just shrug and just say, "Well, I mean, you're not a worshiper of Masaba, are you?"
No.
Yeah, she
I had no idea about any of this. I obviously knew that my mom was a vampire and turned my father at some point in his life, but
I presume she knows he's telling the truth when he says that. With a 32 insight roll.
That is what he believes.
Yeah.
Well,
that's what he believes.
Yeah, maybe his time shift changed his franchise. His father is a Bram Stoker vampire, while Ricard is a Twilight vampire.
Oh, dude, no. We're not going to be mean like that. There's no reason for insults.
Yeah,
we can make him sparkle.
No.
Yeah, she just as he explains that, she just nods and just says, "Okay. Well, that doesn't. So, if you were worried about us treating you any differently, it doesn't change who you are. This is all up to you. If you want to go to South Cove, this is your family, and ultimately, it's your decision."
it's funny. My father made a name for himself by overthrowing a tyrant, and I thought that it was my lot in life to just wait for that to be handed to me. But maybe I am to follow in his footsteps and overthrow a tyrant of myself.
You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Or you just become really awesome like me.
Yeah, well, Ricard, if you want to talk to go through these emotions, I'm here for you, as a therapist.
You guys have all been incredibly welcoming to me, and I appreciate that. Monty as well.
So, Ricard, though, we care for you and we're here for you, but I do have to ask, what's going to happen if we go to this town and it ends up that your mother is in league with Masaba? I mean, what's your reaction, or what's your take on that?
Fair question.
The Karth that I knew was a place that welcomed people of all kinds, protected them, cared for them, provided for them. What's happening now is not in my vision of what I want Karth to be and return to.
Though, perhaps it would be wise to hear their explanation. It has been 2,000 years. I do not know your parents. I do not know how reasonable they were when you knew them, but would it hurt to be able to hear them out?
Maybe.
Yeah, with Masaba, possibly, but yes.
Sometimes things hurt when you don't expect them to, you know? Not to be blunt about it, but could hurt.
That being said,
To be honest, I'm not sure how it's going to go. I'll say that I'm open to many possibilities.
Well, do you want to scry on your father? Do you still want to do that plan, or do you just want to head there right now?
If you guys think it's safe, I think it's worth doing. Whenever we scried on my mom, she did seem to notice.
It's not unusual for the people we scry on to notice. Beings as strong as the ones we want to look in on tend to be able to see these kinds of things. Yeah, actually, thinking about it, Cervantes was able to, Doldrin was able to, your mom was able to. That's like out of the 5 people we scried on, 3 of them have been able to see the sensor.
He wasn't able to see it.
Yeah, I mean, what?
Well,
yeah, she didn't see it, but she sensed it. She sensed something was up.
Did we scry on Sumner? I forget.
Sumner wasn't able to see it.
Yeah, he didn't see it.
Yeah, he didn't see it. But well, if you want to do that, we can. Rose will drink a potion of advantage.
For the record, you guys have seen sensors following you guys.
No, yeah,
Yeah, that's true. Rose, I don't think it'll work. I don't think I can cast telepathy on you. I think it's when I cast it, I have to cast it on me and link to somebody. I can't cast it on you for you to link to somebody.
Oh, well,
Does
then.
that make sense?
Oh, well, she just shrugs and just gives you a potion of advantage. I'll mark 2 off my sheet. Yeah, she already drank it.
Lasts for an hour.
Perhaps what you need
All
is a
right.
potion of detect thoughts so that he could just read the mind as they're scrying.
Oh,
If he says, if he says he wants to go, are you all ready to go? If he says, hey,
As long as I have a potion to detect thought, we're not talking about people's thoughts, but like the ladies, right?
yeah.
So, well, yeah, let's.
There's a Mel Gibson movie about that, right?
If Rickard is ready, yeah.
Oh, and but before we go, just to introduce.
We're not leaving.
Yeah, Testini points to the little lizard on top of his head. This is Nanazuahatl. You saw him eating mind flayers in the dungeon. He can talk. He just doesn't like to talk to people who have experienced the joys of mortal flesh, so to speak.
Okay.
So the question. So he will only talk telepathically to virgins.
Oh well.
I don't think it's anyone in the party. So,
Well, Tessu.
Ricard?
He and Monty will get along very well.
Oh, Monty. Gotcha.
yeah.
Monty now objects.
Yeah, Ricard
Not
will,
sure
you know,
one way or the other. That's up to you. But he will at least pretend to object.
sure. You know, very laboriously, Ricard will get up to his feet and rub his eyes and his temples and blink a few times, and yeah, I guess I'm ready.
Okay. I think Echo kind of grumbles something about if he's ever going to finish his plans. He's probably grumbling to himself in Draconic. He's got all these great plans, but he never seems to have the time to do them. So.
Yep.
And he's going to use Wish to cast Telepathy. It's non-concentration,
Right.
24 hours. Did I link that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And he's going to link it to Ricard.
That takes your 9th level spell slot. Got it.
And then he's going to use the Eye of Kydron
Okay.
after taking the potion of advantage.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
You're fine.
And then he's going to ask Ricard, who do you want to... What do you want
Victor
to say?
Von Garth.
Yeah, and I'll repeat the name and Gryon Von Carr.
Okay. Can I get you to put that in chat for their benefit, please, Ricard? Thank you. All right. So, as we scry upon Victor Von Karth, your vision shifts, and I'm going to just show everybody because it's more fun this way.
Sure.
Yeah.
You see a man striding in front of a very palatial structure. Desert gardens are in the area, and he's looking cautious at the area. He's inspecting all of the structures and their military readiness. There are guards all over the place, and he is ensuring that everything's in order. It looks like this is his morning ritual. He's going for his walk and checking on his estate. He goes about this for the next 10 minutes, walking up to the various guards, acknowledging them by name, and checking in to make sure that they are doing well and that they have everything they need. Seems
I'll
like
ask,
a very compassionate and considerate leader.
I'll ask Ricard if he wants to confront him.
I can speak to him.
No. I mean, do you want to go there now?
Yes.
I cast teleport.
And that's where we will pick up next week.
Oakley
Because
dokley.
we do not have time to get through that tonight, not even close. But that is an
Yeah,
excellent spot.
And chances are, if history is an indicator, chances are we would have teleport straight to him, but close
Right.
enough.
So I do need the D100 to determine where you will end up.
Yep.
And we're going to call this very familiar because you can see it right now.
Yeah, the spell, that's what the spell says. Give me a second.
Yes, sir.
I was looking at the artwork.
I'm glad. Thank you. That's
Yeah,
a
your
compliment.
artwork. Yeah, I like the artwork.
He's got a lazy eye.
Is there supposed to be artwork on the screen? I'm just seeing gray.
You may need to hit F5.
I've had to do that with Roll20 a lot today.
They are doing updates. If you hit F5, you should see new artwork. I'm sorry.
That's not your fault.
Oh, there we are. Hello.
Yeah, that's out of my control.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Nah, it's not gone.
All right, so with the 71, 71, you are on target, and you will appear right here at the estate.
So, are we appearing like right in front of Victor?
That's up to you, Echo. Where do you want to be? As you can see, anywhere within 10 feet of him.
Yeah. I think we would teleport within 10 feet of him.
So
that
just
kind of echoes MO.
Like Ricard pops up right in front of it and goes, "Daddy."
Yeah, so just to set the scene, Echo, can you describe what your teleport looks like?
Yes, please.
Oh yeah, because I think there's some people in the party that haven't seen it. So so Echo's eyes turn to a flame red, and his mouth starts to smoke as he starts to breathe fire on the ground, and he's in fire. He's writing these magical sigils, and then he creates this circle around the party made out of fire, and the fire just keeps getting these flames coming out of his mouth, and they get higher and higher, and it's hot, but it's not consuming us until eventually it's over our heads, and the fire dissipates, and we all teleport out.
We stepped outside to do this.
Yeah.
Well, he's done it everywhere.
Yeah,
I think
Basil.
before.
Yeah, Basil has yelled at us several times about doing this.
You're not getting your deposit back.
No.
He creates a teleport circle, a temporary teleport circle out of fire breath type thing, and it's very dramatic.
Oh yeah, we're just appearing in a ball of flame, like right in front of this guy.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Excellent.
Cool. And Echo, you've been granted inspiration for your creative teleport, Captain Gus.
Thank you very much, Gus.
All right, guys, that's where we're going to end for tonight. We will come back next week as we visit the estate of the Von Karths.